Do a makeup with me while I tell you about my cruise ship drama. On the first day of the cruise, I had went to the teen club like on that night, and I had made me some like a good selection of friends. And I really was like really peeping, like everybody was really sweet and everything, but I was mainly looking for niggas. Like, where are the niggas at? That's what I was looking for. And while I'm looking, I'm not really seeing a good selection, but I am noticing like this super tall, dark skinned dreadhead, kind of like, okay, he cute, 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 but he not all that in the bag of chips. Like his face, like you know when dreadheads they hide their face, it means they ugly. I didn't see his face. I just saw the dreads and I saw he was tall, and I was like, I want that. So anyway, long story short, I see this. I'm hanging out with the people that I had met or whatever, and they introduced me to this girl named Taylor. That's not her real name, but I'm gonna tell you her name was Taylor. And Taylor was Mexican, and she was really pretty and nice. She had a good vibe, like for thinking like, okay, she cute, everything's sweet. Taylor ends up telling me that she over here already bagged the boy with the dreads. I'm like, dang, dang, dang. I can't even, mind y'all, it was literally the first freaking night. I'm like, how the heck did she already get him? Like, what? So anyway, though, long story short, Taylor talking about how like she already like got him or whatever, and she kind of got like another boy on her line too, and I'm like, bro, we just got here. How do you already got these niggas on you? Like, what? It don't make sense. Long story short, the next day I make some new friends, and they're black, and they're all like they're all relatives. And I ended up getting really close to the three girls that they were all black and they were relatives, and they were three. It was three pretty girls. I ended up getting close to them or whatever, and we all like kind of decided to go to like this to the buffet area where you can eat like all you can eat food and stuff like that. So we go over there to like get some food and everything. We ended up bringing one of the boys that was on Taylor's roster. I never really think anything of it because I'm like, oh well, you know, it is what it is. Like, let me meet all these people that I don't know. So anyway, we at the buffet area about to eat or whatever, and like this white girl, she just like comes up and she's like, oh, I thought that was y'all. And I'm kind of like, who is you? Like, what? You thought that was us? I don't know who you is, boo. And she just kind of like comes up and whatever, and she's like hugging on the black girls that I met, like the three black girls. So I'm like, oh, they must know her. I don't know who she is, but like she must seem cool. So she had a dope personality. She was really cool, you know, everything was smooth and cool. But when I was talking to her, she was saying nigga. And I'm like, hold on, baby, what? Baby. And then I found out she was 18, and I'm like, oh, okay, she 18. I'm 15, the other girl's 14, some of them 15. Kind of, why are you hanging out with 15 and 14-year-olds? It's no problem, but just why? So anyway, long story short though, she was really cool and stuff like that, and I liked her personality. I was kind of just concerned about the fact that she said nigga, but I ended up finding out later that she was like mixed. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. We all ended up like becoming really close, and everything was like really smooth with each other. We was all really close and everything. We would hit each other and everything, and like the girl Taylor, she would bring her man like with us everywhere. Not everywhere, but like he would come with us. He was really cool. Mind y'all, I did used to like him, but I stopped liking him because she told me that that was hers. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, though, long story short, we ended up meeting this little dude who kept trying to invite girls into his bedroom and like into his hotel room or whatever. And pretty much like we was friends with him and stuff like that, but he liked the whole entire friend group. He liked my whole entire friend group plus me. Mind you, I did not know he liked me because he was supposed to be the girl Taylor, that was supposed to be her cruise bae, but I was kind of confused because her cruise bae was also supposed to be that tall dreadhead, so I was very much confused with that situation. Then one of the black girls who I was friends with, that was also supposed to be her cruise bae, so it was a lot of stuff with that little boy who was trying to take us to his room. Anyway though, so they end up like telling me, like the girl Taylor, she ended up like telling me like that was her man, and that was kind of like her cruise babe. But she also told me that like he was acting up, so she not sure if that was hers or not. So I'm like, oh, okay, like that's good for you. So long story short, the girl who was black and who was also supposed to be, that was also supposed to be her cruise babe, she ended up telling like the girl Taylor like that's supposed to be my cruise babe, and like you know everything was going on. There was really no problem. Everything was cool. Everything was cool. The girl that was black, she also told me that was supposed to be her cruise buddy also. So I'm like, okay, like, yeah. But you know, when people tell you stuff and it don't got nothing to do with you, you really don't be listening. You just say yeah, but you really don't be caring too much about the situation. That was literally me. So anyway, one day we all just chilling, and we were all planning on going to the pool area. Wanted to go try out the water slides and all that stuff. So I had my bikini on, y'all, and my body was giving. It was cute. Everything was tea. But mind y'all, we're literally in like this cruise with grown men, so I'm not finna walk out with my boobs out and my butt cheeks hanging. That is not me. No. Baby, I'm 15. I don't feel comfortable with doing that in front of a whole bunch of grown men. So no. But anyway, though, long story short, we end up all like saying, okay, we're gonna take a break and we're gonna go to this karaoke bar because they was having karaoke. So we all went to karaoke. Mind you, we did not go swimming at all. We had ate, and then we had said we're gonna go to karaoke so the girl that was 18 can go do her little singing. We in the karaoke bar and my phone started dying, so I'm like, let me go to upstairs in my room and charge my phone. So I told him I'm about to go upstairs and charge my phone. So I leave the karaoke bar to charge my phone, whatever, and I come back at least like an hour later and they're still in the karaoke bar. So I go back in. And when I walk in, nobody really notices me. Like, they don't say hi. They don't say, oh, Mackenzie back. Like, they don't say none of that. So I'm kind of like, okay, that's weird. I sat next to them. You know, they wasn't really paying attention to me or anything like that. I was done singing. That's when the girl, Taylor, she pulls all the three girls aside. But me. She leaves me out. She pulls all the three girls aside and leaves me with the 18-year-old. And I'm over here confused because I don't even talk to the 18-year-old. So I was like, why am I with her and you just leaving me? Mind you, I did not know the 18-year-old like at all. Me and her, we were not friends. We didn't really know each other for real. So I was like, why am I with her, you know? It just didn't make sense to me. So anyway, she leaves me with the 18-year-old and never comes back. So I'm texting them like, where y'all go? Where y'all go? No response. I'm texting all four of their phones. None of them texted me back. So I told the 18-year-old that I'm finna like be outside of the karaoke bar and I'm gonna just wait for them to come back or whatever. So she's like, okay. I'm talking to one of my friends from my hometown, and these two guys approached me and they're kind of just like, why you sitting by yourself and all this type of stuff. And then I told them that I was waiting on my friends, and then it was like, okay, let me wait with you. So I'm waiting with these boys or whatever that I don't even talk to for real. Waiting on these girls that are so-called my friends. And I'm still not getting no text back from them either. Go live for part 2 because I'm not done yet. Part 2 of my cruise ship drama. So I'm literally waiting with these boys or whatever, like talking to them. One of them wanted to get put on me, so that was kind of the only reason why he came up to me. And I wasn't really trying to get on that with him because like I was not feeling him at all. And if y'all know, like from my other video that I was talking about, it was this boy who was like light skinned, had green eyes, and he was very exotic looking. He was really quiet, stuck on himself. I was really trying to get with him, but he had told the other girls that he had a girlfriend, so I couldn't really get to him or whatever. So like I kind of was just like not really focused on that boy who said he liked me. So I'm literally just still waiting for these girls to text back, no response. So after a minute, I'm texting the 18-year-old like, hey, I'm finna go back to my room because I'm not finna sit here no longer. Like, no, what am I doing? No. So I'm telling her like, yeah, I'm finna go back to my room. She's like, okay. So I text her after I got out of my room and I'm like, hey, where y'all at? Like, I'm finna meet up with y'all. Like, what y'all doing? You know, everything. No response. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, now something's definitely up because y'all leaving me out. First of all, the girl Taylor, she pulls everybody else aside but me. Leaves me with this 18-year-old that I don't even frequent like that. I don't even talk to her. I'm literally texting all their phones, no response. There's definitely some secret animosity going on. I'm going to get down to it. So I get on the phone with one of my friends from my hometown and I'm talking. And like she was basically letting me know like that's definitely backdoor for real and that there's something going on and I need to like stick up for myself because that's not okay. So I'm like, you know what, you right. I'm finna go find them and I'm gonna confront them and see what the problem is because there's definitely a problem. So mind y'all, if y'all was there, y'all would definitely understand the situation. Because somebody leaving you out like that and you're the only one getting left out, there's definitely a problem. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just walk around, see like if I spot anybody, see like where they at, you know, what's going on. Just by myself walking around the full area. As I'm walking, the whole entire group, when I tell you the whole entire group, including the 18-year-old, are walking, and they just got out from the swimming pool. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So y'all went somewhere without me. All of their phones, no response. Definitely shady as hell. So anyway, I approached them. I'm like, okay, so what's the problem? They're like, what you talking about? What you talking about? I said, y'all just left me. Like, I was waiting for y'all. I text y'all phones, no response. What's the problem? I was standing on big business. I was not playing. So I'm like, what's the problem? Because it's obviously a problem. And everybody's kind of confused. And then the girl tells her, she's like, girl, what are you talking about? We left you. You left us. You went upstairs to your room. I said, girl, I been came back down. You even saw me. So what are you talking about? Then, everybody just kind of like looking confused. And I low-key was not trying to like look stupid. So literally, I'm over here just kind of confused. Like, what is going on? And the girl who's 18, she's talking about this bitch. And then she walks away. Girl, who is you talking to? Because you ain't talking to me. Who is you talking to? She walks away after saying that. I'm still on the phone with my friend, and she was like, Mackenzie, just walk away because you don't got time for that. It's like a big old group, and I'm the only one left out. So I'm like, you know what? In this situation, I need to just walk away because I'm not finna embarrass myself. So I'm like, you know what? It's all of them versus me. I'm not finna stay here in my room. I'm talking to my friends back at home. They was and like they're just letting me know like, Mackenzie, those aren't your real friends. You got real friends back at home. Just wait till you come home. Everything gonna be cool. Like all that type of stuff. But I'm also not gonna lie, my friends was definitely hyping me up because they was on go. Like we was all on go. We was getting ready to like all be on go and start fighting people for sure. Like they was not happy about the situation when I told them. Which honestly was so random because I'm never really like the type of person I would try to fight over something so small like that. But I was just so bored and kind of just like, damn, I want to. Long story short, I put on my like an active outfit. I put on like my Lululemon top and some shorts, and I'm just like getting ready. Like if I have to bust somebody down, I will bust somebody down. I don't care. Somebody can catch a fade. That's all I gotta say. So I'm putting up my hair in a ponytail just in case there's something that may go down. I wasn't really 100% sure. I wasn't really trying to fight, but I definitely was on my goal, like got to go mode. So I go to the teen club and I'm like, and I just sit here and, like let them make my cruise trip boring and lame. That's not gonna happen. So literally, mind y'all, I'm literally sitting by myself at the teen club. I got my phone because I had the Wi-Fi package, so I was on the phone with my friends, my real friends, and I was on the phone with them. They was helping me out. So I'm at the teen club. I'm sitting by like a group of people at a couch or whatever, and I'm sitting down talking on the phone with my friends. And my friend has said, like, Mackenzie, like this is what's going, like, you got this. You got 2 more days left. Get through the day. Get through the night. Just chill. Be but yourself. Don't worry about them. The girls that were supposed to be my friends, they come in the teen club, and Taylor, she's in there or whatever. Mind y'all, the 18-year-old cannot come into the teen club, so she's not in there with them. So I get out of the teen club and I go, like I'm starting to walk around, and I notice one of my friends from the first night. So I'm get out of the teen club and I see one of my friends from the first night, and I'm just like, hey, do you know what happened like with the girls with Taylor in the group? Because the girl from the first night, she was also kind of friends with Taylor, so she kind of knew what was going on. So she was telling me how Taylor had basically said that she don't fuck with me because I'm trying to steal all the boys on the cruise ship, and I'm trying to steal everybody man, steal everybody boyfriend. And basically a lie had came up saying that I was trying to take the dreadhead from her and her cruise bay and all her. I'm just like, what? And then gonna sit here and say like, oh, I think I'm all that and all this type of stuff. It was just so much. I'm like, damn, I ain't even say that. Ain't that, but you know what, boo? I'm gonna give you that because you know what? I do think I'm all that. So let me stop. But yeah, she over here just talking all this. She basically has said like all this crap. But when I walked up to her, the bitch ain't say nothing. So I'm like, damn, okay, that's what we own. You got so much shit to say, but you can't say it to my face. So anyway, I'm getting hyped. I'm getting ready to like fight a bitch because at that moment I'm just kind of like, I don't know why, but I just kind of wanted to just fight. I really was trying to get active because I was actually really, really mad. So I'm like, let me go talk to her and see what the problem is face to face. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go confront her. So I pull her to the side and I'm like, hey, can we talk? Because I'm hearing that you got an issue and I want to settle, like, I want to figure out what the issue is. So anyway, we sit down or whatever, and she's like, well, you're pretty. And when she said that, I'm like, boo, okay, stop right there. Okay, thank you. Thank you. What you want me to say, boo? First of all, you starting off with you pretty really just gave me a compliment, letting me know that your problem with me is the fact that I'm pretty. So anyway, though, long story short, she was like, so you pretty, and like you know that, and you have all this confidence, and like a lot of boys they want you and stuff like that, but you feel like I feel like you be thinking that you all that and stuff like that, and you have confidence, and I'm just kind of like, okay, what's the issue though? What's the issue? You telling me a whole lot of stuff that I know. You're not really giving me the issue. Pretty much though, the issue was like the fact that like the boy that looked like he was 12, he pretty much told me that he liked me, and I didn't tell her that he liked me, so she had kind of got mad at that, and that was kind of the issue, whatever. I'm gonna be honest, it was so many people on that cruise trip that said they liked me, I did not keep up. I'm like, girl, you're mad because of him? And literally when the boy had told me he liked me, I literally said, okay, and then I walked away. Why is that? Why are you mad because I didn't tell you that he liked me? So anyway, I talked to the other girls. I asked them if they had a problem with me. They said no, but they all stopped talking to me. Then they tried to invite me to hang out with them. I said no, of course. Bye.
Here's the long-awaited and highly requested cruise story time. If you guys have seen, I posted a little video a few days ago while I was on my cruise of me and my friend doing a little TikTok dance, and this guy comes up behind us, just being a guy. Posted it, and so many of you guys wanted story time, so here it is. First off, I will say, like, doing a little TikTok dance on a very, like, in a public area of the cruise ship, like, we're pretty smart, even though guys will be guys. Genuinely, we didn't even see him until in the video you see me go, because I was like, oh, he scared me, like I did not expect it. At the video ends, he walks up, he puts his hand on my back, and I'm like, oh, starts talking to us for like 2 minutes. He's being flirty. He's also like obviously drunk, so he's being like a little bit like playful, but also a little like aggressive kind of. He's like, come here, like stand next to me, and I was like, it kind of just like haha, like a little uncomfortable. And he's like complimenting our toes. We're not trying to be rude, but we're also like, we're okay, thank you. I might have a clip of this. I don't know if they're gonna be audible, so if they are, I'll place them in the video.
You got red, you got pink, creek two, got creek two. Let's go. Now, what are you sitting in the corner for?
Nonetheless, a group of people come and he gets distracted and we start walking away. Where y'all going? And we're like, we're leaving, like we have somewhere to be. Whatever, we did. I'm seeing him for a second time, probably like 2 hours later. He comes, approaches us again, starts a conversation, complimenting us on how pretty we are, blase blase. We're getting distracted. Every time he would get distracted, we would like dip. The third time in the same night, at this point it's like probably 2:30 in the morning. Me and Veronica are sitting on one of the main decks eating pizza. We end up seeing him at a distance and we're like, oh great. But we were still eating our pizza, so we were just sitting there, we're like, hopefully he won't come. And he starts getting a little bit closer. He's talking to another guy, which was actually a guy who approached me like an hour earlier. Literally, he's conversating with him probably like a few feet away from us. He turns, he comes, and he sits down with us, and we're like, oh great. Comes and sits down, and immediately he's talking to us about like the guy who I told you approached me an hour earlier. He's talking to us about him. He almost got put into like the cruise jail, and so he's like, man, he's telling us this guy almost got put into jail, and da 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 da. Conversating with us about the guy. And so at this point, it's just normal conversation. He turns and he goes, what about y'all sexy behind? We were like, so we're just staring at him like, he asks if we're sisters, and he starts analyzing all of our features. And so he's like, your eyes and the nose and like, both of y'all are beautiful, da, 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 da. I said, no, we're not sisters. Carries on a conversation for like 5 minutes. Trying to ask us questions like, are y'all here alone? Are y'all sharing a cabin? Obviously, we're being very short with our responses. We're not giving away too much information. At this point, we're like, all right, you're obviously a little bit weird. See what your intentions are here. I'm picking up what your vibes are, and we're not with it, okay? We start to get up, and at this point, I end the recording, so I don't have this on film. We start to walk away. Like, where y'all going? And we're like, oh, we're going to bed. Like, we're leaving, whatever. He asks us, he's like, can I walk you guys to your cabin? And we're like, no, thank you. Like, oh, man, like, that's rude. And we're like, bye.
How about your sexy asses? Both y'all. Yeah, y'all sisters. Hold on, see the eyebrows?
No, we're not sisters.
See the eyes. Got the lashes popping. Let me see the lip. Y'all are so beautiful. Y'all are so beautiful. Y'all share a room? Can I come hang out with y'all?
Funny enough, we actually didn't even see him on the last day of the cruise at all. I don't know where he went, but we did not see him, thankfully. The story times that I have from this cruise are literally endless, but the men are so forward. Our second time cruising, just me and her, and I don't know if it's because it's obvious that we're like two young girls alone and like we don't have anybody else with us. They feel like they can just be really forward, but they're super forward. It happened every night and multiple times a night, to the point that I was like, all right, like leave us alone. Of course you want to be friendly and you don't want to be mean, and like it's obvious sometimes that we're like, okay. Sometimes guys just don't take no for an answer. Very touchy, hands on our backs, hands on our arm, whispering in our ear. There was like 3 different guys who just grabbed my hand and kissed it, and I was just like, oh, This one encounter, y'all, and that could be a whole different story time. This older gentleman who was literally probably a little bit older than my dad, who would not leave me alone for like 45 minutes to an hour, was standing over, he was so tall. At one point I was like kind of standing against a pole, and he comes up, like puts his hand on the wall and is like, and I'm like, ew, for one, like, ew. Please back up. I don't need you whispering in my ear, touching me, kissing my hand, like, please back up. Could probably make another several parts to this. But aside from that, the cruise was so much fun. I'm so sad to be back, but I can't wait to cruise again in about 4.5 months. So, bye.
All right, so Boosie, y'all been asking for the story time, so I'm gonna give it to you. Me and my partner, we on the cruise, whatnot. We're in the cruise, whatnot. We chilling. Wait, first off, a lot of y'all talking about like it's a bad thing or like we just nasty or something. But look, a cruise a couple days. Y'all be getting y'all little Goonies buzzed down at the club one night after the club, one night stand. Y'all the real nasty. We ain't gonna get it to the next. But look, so no bull. So we on the cruise. It's like our third day in. We chilling about with the pool area. Like we on like so when you first walk out the doors type. So we walking out to start our day. And then he was like,
we scoping the
we scoping the scenery. And he pointed them out first, and I was like, oh, it was two of them. But one of them looked good, so we was like, which one of us gonna get him? Which one was gonna get us? So we thinking about it. So then we walk on him. We walk on him like this. Hold on. Okay, so boom, we walked up on him like that. All right, for the first time we walked up. So we both scoping the scenery. We talked to their friends. We still ain't know who wanted her. We ain't know who wanted who. So we both just got all three of their socials, right? Okay, so boom, they got be having like clubs and stuff like that on the cruises. And so we had planned to all link up.
So yeah, take them out type shit,
Yeah.
around type shit,
So we all linked up at that club that night. Hold on.
You know what, y'all? I ain't noticed how delusional I was until just now. So look, I was just looking at TikToks and I was scrolling and I seen these girls. They went to the Bahamas and it was like some cute Bahama boys. Now, mind you, me and my cousin, we went to the Bahamas for her birthday, July of I think last year. Child, so I was talking to this boy, whatever. And we was just talking. We wasn't together, but he was my ex. But we wasn't together, if that makes sense. But I was just focused on being loyal that whole time because if you got it, you got it. If it's in you, it's in you. You feel me? But so I forgot. I'm literally the biggest flirt ever. So that's why I forgot because I don't be knowing that I'm flirting. Sometimes I just be doing it. You feel me? So yeah. So why did I forget that not only did I have a cruise bae, thinking I'm being just a loyalist one, but if you honestly now, if you understood the situation, I had every right to do what I was doing. You feel me? I just know that. Just know that. I was single. But yeah. So it was I forgot I had a whole cruise bae first. Then it was these Bahamas men. We had to take a boat ride to the to one of the islands that we went on. It was called Pink Sands or something and it was this dark skinned man. And I'm just looking at him and he looking at me and we was thinking go to market, I go to market, I go. Anyway, yeah. So basically, yeah, I hit it off with him and some Bahama man on the. I think it was a man on the island, if I'm not mistaken, and then a man at the bar that we went to in the Bahamas while we was off the cruise ship. So yeah, I wasn't. I thought I was totally innocent, but all that just shook back when I see that video of them girls flirting with them men at the bar in the Bahamas. And mind you, I was drunk most of the time. Let's just say that. But the way the memories just swoop. Mind you, it's almost a year since this happened. Almost, not fully, but almost. But yeah. Yeah, core memory. And today, we had a time, girl.
I just recently came back from a 7-day cruise and I did not know how people got down on cruises. Like, y'all really meet people day 1 and form a relationship by day 5. Actually, by day 2, I'm confusion. Like, I've heard people say I had a cruise boyfriend, I had a cruise girlfriend, but you guys were serious. Like, you guys were for real. And the tea, the gossip. How can you formulate this much gossip in 3 days? By day 5, I was clocking everybody's shit, and I'm just genuinely confused how you guys have the time. I mean, we're on a boat, so I guess you have nothing but time, but like, I'm gonna tell you the kind of tea that I got. This is my cruise tea. I'm in the club one night, okay? Minding my business. I actually think it's day 5. Mind you, I told you it was 7 days, so we're getting towards the end of our cruise. Me and my bestie are kind of becoming a little more social. I know, it took us long enough. So I'm talking to this guy. He's 20 years old, okay? Just young, okay? That's neither here nor there. He has friends, and they're dancing. Mind you, he is the 5th wheel. There's a girl and a boy and another girl and a boy. One girl and a boy won't stop kissing. He was like, they literally met day 1. The other girl and the boy, they're just dancing, but wait until you get a load of this. I'm minding my business, sipping my drink, talking to the little 20-year-old, you know, just making conversation. I turn around, the girl and the boy that weren't kissing and they were just dancing are now kissing. She's on his lap, straddling him. Now I know what you're thinking. Chianti, what the hell does that matter? She has a boyfriend. Yeah, she has a boyfriend that she came on the cruise with. Like, her boyfriend came on the cruise with her family, and she was making out with another boy that was not her boyfriend in the club. Like, that's not... What does the cruise air do to y'all? What makes y'all react this way? Is it being drunk? Because that may have a lot to do with it. So while her boyfriend is in the cabin, because I have not seen him once. I've seen that girl with that boy the whole week. So her boyfriend's in the cabin, sleeping, knocked out. And she's giving lap dances in the club to this boy that she met day 1 on the cruise, making out with him. And I'm nosy. I saw the Instagrams. I thought the little 20-year-old was yanking my chain. Nope, he was for real. Said boyfriend was on the cruise. And he is for real, said boyfriend. Has her name in his bio and everything. I promise you, I'm not lying. I just can't stop thinking about the fact that, wow, y'all really get on cruises and show your ass. But if you like it, I love it.
If your name is Ada and you're on the Carnival Delaware boat right now, your man, I just saw your man down on the 4th floor. He's by the stairs and the elevators. He's sneaking, talking to somebody on international waters, girl. He's on the cell phone talking to somebody on international waters, talking about you told him you wanted to come to this trip and that you was gonna help foot the bill, but now you keep on acting like you don't got no money and you ain't got no cash and you got to go back to the ATM and get no more cash, and he ain't got it like that. So if he would have known that shit, he would have stayed home. Go check your man. I heard everything. He's loud too, girl. Yeah.
I don't know if y'all been keeping up about what's going on Carnival, but now they're saying, well, first they said no fans. They're basically getting rid of boots on the ground. I don't know why that song bothers people so much, but that's very, very weird. Secondly, now they're saying just within the last 24 to 48 hours that they're no longer playing rap music on Carnival Cruise. Like, I'm really disgusted because I just went in April and, you know, I had a ball. I'm talking about boots were on the ground. Fans were clacking. Rap music was being played. Club was lit. Like, I had the ball of my life. And I have another cruise booked, and this time it's a 6-day cruise, and this is the longest cruise I've ever been on, or gonna go on, and it's already booked and paid for, and now I'm like, I don't even know if I want to go. Like, do y'all think I should go? Should I just wait and see what's gonna happen? I don't even know if I can get a refund, but it's like, if the vibes are not gonna be there, I don't want to be there. Like, what do you mean there's no rap music? I mean, I don't mind R&B and different music, but, like, everybody knows, like, Carnival is usually the turn-up ships, like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just try something different and this will be a relaxing cruise and I'll just, like, not go to the club. I'm not really pressed about the club anyway. But still, that's just weird. Like, what's going on?
And do not come on one of these adults only cruises with Virgin Voyages. This week has been so crazy. As you can see, I'm losing my voice. I woke up so confused this morning. They have parties here every night. And last night, I dropped my phone in the pool. Well, actually, someone knocked it out of my hand and it fell in the pool. So now I won't charge and I'm kind of freaking out. Definitely don't come on this cruise if you actually like to have fun. Because they're giving Carnival a run for their money. And there's no kids here. And you can get these awesome hammocks on your patio. I'm about to go take a class about taking Instagram photos of food. And I'm about to have brunch. It's at the same time. Anyways, see y'all later. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have another one. Another fight on the Carnival Cruise Line. But this time, oh baby, let's talk about it. Now, I came across this information, and it states that, I don't know if they're all family, but not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not even 10, but 18 to 19 people I counted got kicked off of the Carnival cruise ship for fighting. Now, let me tell you this. They were in the Bahamas. They left them at the Bimini, Bahamas port. Yes. Okay. Now, that is crazy. Okay. That means the cruise was so fed up of your BS that you have to go like right now. Get your ish and get off. Listen, when I seen the video, these people were on the dock with all of their belongings, luggage, everything, right? They look like they were kind of, standing around trying to figure it out. And then like security came in some vehicles and, was kind of, getting them to get off of the dock. Like it's time to go. But in my other video, we did not discuss when the cruise line kick you off at a port. Let's talk about it, right? Because if you get on Carnival cruise ship with your birth certificate and then you get kicked off at a port where a passport is required, it gets a little complicated. It's going to get a little complicated. Not even just talking about trying to pay for the flight home.
I only spent $30 with y'all's asses. Guest services, I'm on my way. Oh, yeah. I'm on my way. Oh, I'm on my way. Hi, yes, I would like to see what this charge is on my app because I don't understand. I bought 2 fucking drinks. 2 drinks ain't $80. It's not. And it's just me, the adult. Just me, the only adult. Besides my son, like... No. No. And Jameson ain't buying nobody no motherfucking drink. Fuck I ain't. Fuck are you talking about? Yeah, what are you talking about? No, it's a no. Okay? So, let's go. Let's go.
Carnival Cruise said, not on my watch. We are not doing this no more. We've had enough. So, if you haven't heard, recently Carnival Cruise has updated their policies, rules, and regulations on their current and future trips. So, let's start off hot. That drinking package, the all you can drink, yeah, gonna get rid of that. Sneaking that liquor in that wine bottle or that Listerine bottle, yeah, cut that out because they checking anything and everything that's a liquid coming on board. They open it up, may make you open it on the spot. No more sneaking no more. No more all you can drinks. They getting tired of it. That little speaker that you was planning on bringing, yeah, don't. They taking any and every speaker that they find. They confiscating it. You're going to get it back after the cruise. But in the meantime, while you on there will be no outside music other than theirs. Playing rap in the club, it's out of there. They're not doing that no more, all right? They said we causing too much problems. But honestly, I don't really think it's the rap music. I think it's the liquor and the rap music because I've done all I needed to explain. Thinking you about to fight on that cruise ship and head back to your room like nothing happened? Yeah, pack it up. You're getting left at the next port, buddy, old pal. All right? They not going for that no more. No more fighting. They leave you at any port. If you look suspicious, they might just leave you. Carnival Cruise starting to sound like TSA because any laptops, electronics, liquids over 3 ounces, take it out of the bag. Don't bring on here. We taking it all. And when you get on this ship, sit down, shut up, and ride to your destination quietly. When we get there, get off. But when it's time to go, get back on and don't say Nathan. Don't ask for Nathan. In all seriousness, I get it. But at the same time, you got these people stuck on the ship. There ain't nothing to do. We're going to be at a destination in 2 days and you expect me not to get blackout drunk? Right. There ain't nothing to do. So, Carnival, if you going to do this, I get it. But at the same time, you got to give and take. Have a board or plan on people. Ask the people what they want, okay? You can't just take and not give back. Because if y'all keep this up, y'all gonna be looking like the Titanic. That's right. Them sails gonna plummet to the bottom of the ocean. Never to be seen again. Give and take. Give and take.
I remember back in the day when you had to make a substantial amount of money in order to get onto a cruise or to bring a family of 5, 6, 7 onto a cruise. And I grew up cruising. My parents used to take us on a cruise every summer, if not every other summer. And that shit wasn't cheap. And now you're seeing all these fights because they've made it so easy for people to travel abroad or get on a cruise with these $99 price tags and $129 price tags, even $3.99 price tags. Come on now. These Carnival cruises, they used to be honestly very, very good. And now they're just, it's to shit. The Bahamas, Cozumel, even like Jamaica was a place that one would dream about going to, but now they make it so easy that people could go to it. With these prices, no wonder you're having all these fights. I'm sorry to say it this way, but someone has to say it. When you have low prices, you're gonna attract the bottom of the barrel. When you have the bottom of the barrel, you're gonna have conflict. And that's exactly why when I take my family and I out on vacations, I don't go for those $99, $129, $3.99 price points, because at that point, people just don't care because it wasn't that much anyway. But let that vacation be 5K, 10K, 15K, and I promise you, you won't see a fight in sight because you have a lot to lose. But that's just my take on that.
So this one gets asked a lot. I've said before, the scariest thing that ever happened to me was when we got stuck at the beginning of the pandemic and I got stuck at sea. But that wasn't actually scary, like, because of weather or whatever. It was scary for a whole bunch of other reasons. I think what you're asking me is, like, scary, like, storm stories. So when you're working on ships, like, it's impossible to avoid bad weather. You do end up sailing through bad weather. However, when you work on ships for so long, that's actually, like, not scary anymore. When the weather's bad, like if the waves are really big or it's really windy, the ship does rock, you do feel it, but these things are solid, man. So I guess maybe the first time I was ever in like a big storm and it was really rocky like that, maybe it freaked me out, but now I'm so used to it, like it doesn't even faze me anymore. And we also look at the weather and like where it's going to be stormy and don't drive through big storm. We like I'm driving the boat. I don't. The people on the bridge look at the weather and don't drive through crazy storms. So yeah, I don't have like a super specific answer for this. I'm sorry. I wish I had like a cool or scary story. I will say the kind of rocking that freaks me out a little bit still is when it goes boom. When the ship rolls, it goes up and then it smacks back down. And if it's bad enough, if you're like laying down in your bed, you'll kind of go like and you like come back down.
Carnival does not have to worry about me. They do not have to worry about me. We got the message loud and clear. We are not your demographic anymore. So y'all, I was supposed to be going on a Carnival cruise. So one of my friends is turning 30 and he's never been on a cruise. He doesn't have a passport, so do not suggest flying somewhere. So he's never been on a cruise and he was like, it's my dirty 30. I want to be on a turns up ship. He'd be seeing all the videos of Carnival. He was like, I want to do that because I'm trying to be lit for my birthday, right? Well, Carnival has decided they want to rebrand. They don't want to be known as the turn-up cruise no more, the budget-friendly cruise no more. They want to be, I don't know, I guess they want to be royal. Even though when people book Carnival, they know what they are booking. They know they are booking a turn-up cruise, period. Everybody on there is looking to have a good time, party, and have fun. We know what type of people are on there. Like, everybody on there, it's just Carnival cruises are so much fun. Like, everybody is just a vibe, right? And it's like anywhere there's going to be like alcohol, things might get a little rowdy. That just comes with the territory of people being drunk. It has nothing to do with like, you know, being black, being this, the music. But these people done banned the fans. They saying no more hip hop music. So child, that was the whole purpose of us going. So now we are not going back to the drawing board because no ma'am.
Hey guys, get ready with me. Story time about how I cheated on my boyfriend with this boy on a cruise. So first I'm going in with the Pond's moisturizer. Yeah, it's there, you just can't see it. So basically it was a 6-day cruise. So it started off the first like night of the cruise. Me and my sister, we set out to like find a whole bunch of people and make like a friend group. And there was this one guy there, and I was like, wow, he's kind of fine. Like I know I have a boyfriend, so I probably shouldn't be thinking that, but like, I was like, wow, he's so fine, I need that, like that. But I was like, dang, I have like a whole boyfriend. So anyway, me and my sister, we gathered us a whole little friend group, and then we were just hanging out. Fast forward to like 2 days later, we had been hanging out with each other like nonstop when we were on the ship, and we were getting a little bored. And mind you, it's 12 of us, so we were like, let's play hide and seek on the ship. And it's kind of late at night, it's like 12 o'clock, so it's like hide and seek in the dark. Like, that's kind of fun. I'm gonna be going in with that Born This Way foundation, and so it's a lot of us, so we were like, oh, we need to like split up, like we need to split up into groups of 2. And mind you, me and this boy, we've been like kind of a little close on this. And you know, cruise little flings, they move fast because you ain't got that long on a cruise. So as soon as I pitched the idea of like, you know, going in duos, he was like, all right, you're on my team. I said, period. Like, yes, assert dominance. I'm going in with the Tarte concealer. So everybody's like getting split up, and there's 12 of us, so there's 5 groups of 2, and the last 2 are the seekers. The rules were the duos had to stay together, but the seekers could like split up. So there was places that were like off limits, but everybody just started running. Once the timer set, we had 3 minutes to hide, so everybody just started running. Like, we scattered. And tell me why he literally grabbed my hand. Sorry guys, I'm like reliving it. He grabbed my hand and we took off. Also, we were playing hide and seek tag, so once you're found, you have to be tagged to be out. So we were running, and then we made it to the elevator. We went a couple floors down. Also, I'm going to be going in with that Fenty contour stick. We went a couple floors down, and we had found this place. I don't even know what part of the ship we were at or how we got there, but we found this place to hide. And we were just sitting there, like, we sat down and we got down, and we were like, at first we were trying to be quiet, but then we realized they're not gonna hear us. So like, we was low-key just giggling, kikiing. And then he was like, yo, you got a boyfriend? And I was like, no. I was like, no, I don't got no boyfriend. Like, what's tea? And then he was like, type shit. And we were just kikiing. And mind you, this guy he was a very nice guy, like very respectful, very like well-mannered. And so we started asking each other like random questions, just to, like, you know, get to know each other better. Tell me why we heard one of our other friends, one of the seekers, we heard them talking like right next to us. So we were like, oh, we need to be quiet. It was like, it was literally like that, literally like this. And once we got like out of his peripheral, out of his view at all, we literally took off from our hiding spot. Like, we was trying to run, but like we was also trying to be quiet. And he literally, one of the seekers turned around and saw our dumbasses just running. Like, we look stupid as hell. So we booked it. We went 2 different ways, but eventually we ended up getting caught, both of us. So yeah, that was like the end of that little segment. So fast forward to the next day. It was a full day at sea. So like, I was hanging out with my family for the most part, like in the morning and a little bit in the day. Also, I'm going with the Juvia's Place blush. So we met up again with our friends, and this is the part of the cruise that I'm remembering that I have a boyfriend. And I'm like, oh shoot, but I'm kind of like developing feelings for this guy at the cruise. So I'm like, damn, what I'm gonna do? So it's like, I'll just leave that for future me to figure out, you know. So mind you, we're all hanging out again, and me and him decided that we're actually going to go back to me and my sister's room because nobody was in there, obviously. My sister was going to stay with her friends, and we decided to go back to my room. And so, yeah, we went to my room, and we were just, like, hanging out. We got on the bed. We started cuddling, like at this point, I completely forgot that I had a boyfriend. And so, yeah, then we started kissing, and I was like, oh, shit. And then he was, like, you know, telling me how he liked me, like, confessing his feelings. And I was, like, telling him, like, the same things back. And I can't believe this whole time he did not know I had a boyfriend. Like, so, yeah, we literally stayed in my room we didn't do nothing, obviously, because, ew. But, yeah, we literally, like, were cuddling the whole time. But then eventually we had to, like, leave and go join the rest of the group so they didn't think nothing weird was going on. And then we met up back with the group for a little bit, hung out a little bit, and then me and my sister headed back to our room to get ready for dinner. And then nothing really happened at dinner until late at night. We decided we were going to sneak out of our rooms. Okay, it was me and my sister had a room, and then my older sister and her boyfriend had a room, and then my parents had a room. And none of them knew, like, what was going on, except for my sister that I was sharing a room with. So we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna sneak out, and my sister was gonna cover for me. I was like, perfect. So 2 a.m. comes. So it's now 2 a.m. and it's time for us to sneak. So I'm like tiptoeing out of my room because my parents have a connecting room with us because they just felt like we weren't mature enough or something. So I mean, we're underage, but tiptoe out of my little room. I'm sneaking. And then I run to the elevator. Get to the elevator, go down, and make it to the main floor. And then he was right there waiting by the elevator. So I said, no, that's right. You better wait for me, ho. Just kidding. And basically, we went out to, like, by the pool where they have, like, chairs. But we weren't by the pool, but, like in the vicinity of the pool. And we just laid on the chairs and we was talking all night. And then I literally have a dream. I literally have dreams about this moment, this time. We were, like, it was now, like, 5 a.m., I think. Like, and it was time for us to go back to our room. Going with the Juvia's Place powder bronzer. And it was time for me to go to my room. So we go to the elevators. Tell me why when we get in the elevator, the most romantic, intimate kiss that I've ever experienced in my life. Literally, at this point, I completely forgot about my boyfriend. Like, old news. This is literally my new man. Like, and so, yeah, I eventually made it back to my room. And then he went back to his, and y'all, like, I was having a hard time sleeping. Like, I was just on a high. And fast forward to when the cruise ended. At this point, we already had each other's, like, Instagrams and text, like, phone numbers. So, yeah, good thing I didn't post my boyfriend on my Instagram just in case something like this happened and I needed to, you know, like, anyway. So, yeah, we still talk all the time. He's actually from the same state as me. We've only met up, like, I think 3 times. But I'm trying to meet up more. Like that's literally my new man. I haven't told my boyfriend yet. So hopefully he doesn't see this video. But yeah, guys, this is the final makeup look. I'm going in with the flawless what is this? Airbrush flawless setting spray. We're gonna be trying this today. So let's see how it is. It smells very nice. It's very misty. But yeah, guys, I've been keeping this secret for like since last summer. But yeah, I might just break up with my boyfriend that I cheated on and just be with the other guy because, girl, he's much better anyway. He's much better looking, much better kisser, much more romantic, much more respectful, well-mannered. Like, just overall better man, better looking. When I say better looking, like anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will link all the products down below. Thanks.
Okay, y'all, so real quick story time. So I'm on this Carnival cruise, and I was upstairs on one of the decks outside, and I was sitting next to this very nice lady from Alabama, and she talked like this. She had a really strong accent. Anyway, and she was with her 19-year-old son, and the 19-year-old son just kept getting real smart, just being a little asshole. Everything she said, he was just being an asshole. So anyway, he gets up and goes to do something. So when he gets up, she goes, teenagers, what can you do? And I said, what can you do? I said, I'm gonna tell you what you can do. Next time he says something smart, you need to just take your fingers like this and just pop them in his mouth. And he had braces too. And I said, yeah, because when you pop them in their mouth, they'll realize they said something wrong. And, you know, just a little pop. It's just a friendly reminder. And she's like, you think I should? And I was like, yeah, you should have been doing this all along. So anyway, y'all, the kid comes back. The 19-year-old comes back. And he had something like some sunscreen or something. And she tried to rub it in. And he goes, stop it. Get off me. I told you don't touch me. I looked at her like, girl, you know what to do. Y'all, she reared back, she took that fist and she punched him dead in his mouth, and he goes, and he held it. You know that time, like the way when you hold your mouth like you've never been hit before, and like, what the hell was that? So here's the funny part. She gets up and she straightens herself out and says, I feel so much better now, and walks off. So me and this kid are just looking. He's still holding his mouth. We're just looking at each other, and I'm like, damn, kid, you know, I just thought she was going to thump you. Sorry about that. But anyway, I don't think we'll be having any more problems after him. So follow Auntie Kia for more parenting advice.
Have you ever been homeless on a cruise? I have. Story time. So here it is, June 28th, right? So me and my friends, my sister, you know, her boyfriend, you know, we go to Orlando to catch Carnival Glory. Carnival Glory out of Orlando, Florida. This is June 28th to July 1st. So, mind you, we have already got the tickets, you know, and it was like, I say about a month and a half in advance before June 28th, before we actually sell or depart or whatever. So we got our tickets, and I know this is not my first time cruising, so I know when you cruise, they'll send you like your cabin days in advance, so you'll know where you go, so you can print off your luggage tags and stuff like that, right? So mind you, my sister, she got her cabin the same time as me and my best friend. So here it is, I say about 3 days, 2 or 3 days before the actual cruise. My sister, she says like, yeah, you know, I got my cabin, we on the second floor. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, she's like, okay, check y'all so you can print off your luggage tags. So we're checking it, TBA. We're like, okay, you know, we're going to be patient. God is still working with us. We're going to be patient. So TBA. So here it is the day before. And I'm like, okay, we're going to get these tags today. Okay, we're going to get our room, our cabin today. So here it is, June 27th. Still TBA. So I'm asking my sister, like, and I'm asking everybody else, it's about 6 of us that's selling together. So everyone else got their cabin, right? Got their cabin. They print off their luggage tags. They are ready to go. But here, me and my best friend, we like, it's still TBA, right? Where's our room? You know, where's our cabin? Mind you, like, reminder, we booked it together. Okay, so we end up getting to Orlando. Mind you, I'm coming from Alabama, so I flew to Tampa. My sister lives in Tampa, so I flew to Tampa. We drove from Tampa to Orlando. So here we are. We're we're parking. So we're parking. Something's like, okay, Jessica, just check. So we're checking. Still TBA. Okay, so here I am. I'm reading Google reviews at this point. So they're like, yeah, by the time you check in, your cabin will be ready. I'm like, cool. You know, we done parked. I got my luggage. I'm having to carry it at this point because I can't print my luggage tags off. So we get there. So they're like, hey, where's your boarding passes? So me and my best friend, we hand them our boarding passes. They like, oh, you didn't get the updated boarding pass with your cabin on there? We're like, this is it. He's like, but it says TBA. We know that, sir. You gonna tell us why it says TBA or no? Okay. So he's like, you know, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and print this off, and I'm gonna send you on up. And the guys up there, when they take your picture, you're gonna get your room. I'm like, that's my man. That's my guy. But it didn't happen, right? So we get up there. They're like, yeah, give us your ID, you know, give us your boarding pass. And we whip out this sheet that says TBA right there at the top. And they like, You didn't print the updated one. We said, yes, we did. We printed this updated boarding pass, and this is what y'all gave us. This is it. This is what you gave us. All right. So, yeah. So he's like, you know what? No problem. No problem. We see this all the time, right? He was a little older guy. You know, he said he's been working there for quite some time. So I see this all the time, you know. So you're gonna go on up there. I'm gonna give you this, right? You're gonna go on up there and you're gonna get on the cruise, right? And by 1:30, we're gonna send you a text with your room number on it, all right? And you're gonna come and get your cell key. You can get your cell card, whatever that thing is called. You're gonna come get it. So we're gonna send you a text at 1:30. Okay. Mind you, we don't have no luggage tag, so we're having to tote around our bags, right? Still, everybody that's getting on the cruise at this time is packed. It feels like a jalapeno's coochie on this cruise because it's so hot, it's so packed, right? So here we are, me and my best friend. Everybody else, they jigging and stuff. So meanwhile, we over here struggling with our big totes and our luggage and stuff because we're having to hold it. Okay, we're having to hold it and drag it around while we're trying to get something to drink. We're trying to get something to eat. So here it is, 1 o'clock. So the other 4 that's with us, they have their cabin. So they say 1:30, we're going to the room. Here it is, 1:25. They disappeared. So I'm like, Jenna, come on, let's go down to guest services, girl. Let's see what room that they give us at guest services. He's like, how can I help you? I said, hey. As a matter of fact, she did all the talking. She was like, yes, we're wanting to get the room number, for our cabin. And what is it? Because you said you were going to text us by 1:30. Here it is now, 1:45. We don't have no cabin. He was like, yeah, so we don't have a cabin just yet for you. It's still getting prepared for you. So in the meantime, here, take these drink vouchers. The bar is right over there. Just take these drink vouchers and we'll be right with you. Come back and see us at 2:15. We're like, okay, take the drink vouchers. We go and sit at the bar. Still got our luggage right here with us now. It's right here. Our luggage has their own seats, okay? It has their own spot. I dare somebody to come over here and touch it. I want you somebody to come touch it, okay? So our luggage have their own spots. So we're at the bar. We're like, yeah, we would like a tequila and pineapple. She's like, oh, where's your cell card? We hand her the drink vouchers. She's like, okay. So here it is. We're drinking. She was like, oh, so are you enjoying it yet? Have you checked in yet? We're like, no, we haven't checked in yet. Our room is still getting prepared. She's like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so here it is, 3 o'clock, right? This is an hour and a half after everyone else has already got in their cabin. They have already showered. They have already put their swimsuits on. They even got their sunscreen on, then spruced up and everything. They've been able to do their hair. Meanwhile, me and my friend is still looking like this. So, 3 o'clock, we go back to guest services. We like, hey, hello. Yeah. Remember us? You remember? Yeah. About that cabin, he was like, oh, 1 second. Yeah, it's still being prepared. So my best friend is like, so is this common? Like, here it is, 3:30, and we still don't have a cabin. We have Nathan, we have Nathaniel, everybody else, they all smelling good, looking good, okay? And here we are still smelling like this travel that we just took from Tampa, Florida, okay? He's like, yeah, this happens all the time. Yeah, as long as I've been here, it's been happening like this. My friend asked the $1 million question. He was like, yeah, this happens all the time. Yeah. She was like, and how long have you been working here? His badge says trainee. Clear as day. Trainee. He says 2 months. This happens all the time. You have seen it many times. In 2 months, you used to this. Okay.
I probably should have did this on live, but I don't go live. As y'all can see, I've been trying to like make this whole TikTok thing work for the longest, and I really have no idea what I'm doing. However, I'm gonna try and tell y'all this story and get out of it in one piece, because the phone been ringing off the hook since I got off the boat. So let's just start there. So first things first, Virgin Voyages, amazing. If you go back, watch my story, amazing boat. I suggest anybody go on it. 5-star dining, all you can eat. Buy the drink package, you're gonna need it. You're probably not gonna use all of it. Buy somebody else a drink when you get to the end of the cruise. But anyway, for the reason y'all all here. So I was not prepared. Absolutely not prepared for the ghetto of the situation that I ran into on this cruise. Not the cruise itself, the situation we're all gathered here today about. All right, so we at the sail away party. Now, when you get on the boat, the sail away party is like, we're leaving the dock. If you've never been on a cruise before, I don't know. This was my first cruise, so I'm just setting the scene for y'all, letting y'all know how it was. They giving out free champagne. These are the only free drinks you're gonna have on this boat. So they giving out free champagne. We're going bar for bar. Like, we're literally grabbing 4s and 5s and 6s of these flutes of champagne, and we're getting toe down. So we dancing, having a good time. It's me and all my friends. It's about a good 7, 8 of us. Next thing you know, the side of my face is on fire. I'm talking burning, right? Staring me down. I look over, I'm just like, okay, what's up? Now, mind you, this is day one. So one of my friends who was there, all right, my bad. So one of my friends who was there was kind of like, he keep looking at you. So I can see that. Now, if for those of y'all who haven't realized it yet, I'm from Miami. Being from Miami, it's a little bit different. It's difficult flirting. You understand what I'm saying? Like, flirting can be you staring at me and I know you flirting, but flirting can also be you staring at me and I'm wondering, what in the hell is you looking at? So at this point, we staring back and forth and I'm just like, you need help? You need a map? Like, what is the problem? Why is you staring at me? So at this point, I'm figuring out like, okay, are we about to fight? Or like, what's going on? Like, I don't really know. But anyway, in short, as we've all been saying in the comments, and I keep seeing y'all say, no wife in sight. No wife in sight. It's him and it's some other folks, but it's the person who approached me was not in sight. So let's go ahead and set the record straight on that. Fully unfamiliar with the situation that I was about to walk into. So this is day one. All right. So after the sail away party, later that night, like 11 o'clock, they have what's called the opening pajama party. So the opening pajama party, everybody upstairs, they got on their pajamas. I don't know if I posted it on this, but if you go on my Instagram, I have on the silky green pajamas or whatever. And we just vibing. It's a whole party or whatever. They got the drag queens and all that other stuff doing whatever it is that they do. So we at the pajama party, and this is the initial interaction of there's an attraction, right? So the drinks is flowing or whatever. I'm gonna buy you a drink, you buy me a drink, we buying each other drinks or whatever. So that's how we ended up with the first video of when Cruise Bay sleep in your room and then you end up losing your wallet or whatever. Jokingly made that joke that night. So this all started night number 1, numero uno. And mind you, this was an all-night situation. Now, the boat don't close until about, I want to say 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Like everybody is kind of just up, walking around doing their thing until about 1, 2 o'clock. The casino don't close till 3, so everybody kind of migrate to the casino. And if you ain't in the casino, you kind of just round doing whatever. Now, this is what I recently found out. So I just found out that homegirl is from Divine 9. So apparently she is, I won't say which one, but she's Divine 9. So they were on the boat, and there was a couple of them on the boat, but she was with them. So that's what I found out after, right? So mind y'all, like I said, sail away party done took place, PJ party done took place. No wife in sight. But anyway, let's move on to day 2. So anyway, we get back to the room. Everybody kind of just vibing. We drinking. We had our own stuff because we had some stowed away, you know, stuff or whatever. Virgin, y'all ain't hear that just in case there's a brand deal. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah. So one thing led to another, and God's work was done. So this is what stuff started to get a little spicy. So we're gonna fast forward all the way to Scarlet Night. Now, mind y'all, ain't seen each other all day. It's day 2. Ain't seen each other all day. We've been on the boat. We've been walking around. We've been partying. We are at sea today. So that means that we're not docking nowhere. We just kind of like on the water. Everybody just kind of vibing on the boat. They got all type of shows and activities. We doing all of that. Having the time of our life, not even thinking about. I'm living. You understand what I'm saying? This is a once in a lifetime experience. I am living my best life. But tonight is Scarlet Night. So I know I'm about to go to the room and put that shit on. Absolutely. That's what I'm going to do. So fast forward. Scarlet Party started at 11. We get to the Scarlet Party. Everybody vibing. So we get to the Scarlet Party and it's up. Now the Scarlet Party is in 2 parts. They have the first part where they kind of tell you what Scarlet Night is, how it happened, you know, the foundation of the Virgin Voyages and all this other stuff and how it all began. And then you got to move to the pool. Now the pool is where all the drama started. Well, for y'all, the drama. For me, something different. Anyway, so we get to the Scarlet Party, everybody vibing. So Fule come down to the Scarlet Party, we vibing. And it's another situation of pass the drinks along. So I'm talking to my friends, he's talking to his friends, he's over there, I'm over here. We on 2 separate sides of the pool. So as we on 2 separate sides of the pool, everybody else kind of end up, you know, falling off or whatever. So as the night get later, everybody is kind of just getting with they little, you know, things for the night or whatever. So after the party starts to die down or whatever, it's kind of one of them situations of, so what's up? So I'm like, night number 2, like whatever, like what's up? So we end up going back to the room yet again, but this time it wasn't my room. So now the red hat comes in. So one thing led to another, the Lord's work gets done again. And I'm talking every which way but loose. So yeah, that happens, we move on. And Michelle wasn't doing the bending. Just to let's set that record straight too. So I wake up the next morning and I'm looking for my hat. And I cannot find my hat. Now, I left everything up. So if you go on my Facebook, I posted that morning, I partied so hard I lost my hat. Couldn't find my hat nowhere. Looked all over the boat, couldn't find it nowhere. So later that night, we had dinner at Pink Agave. Now, Pink Agave is one of like the better restaurants on the boat. Even though all of them are good, like every single restaurant is 5-star. So definitely, if you go check out every restaurant. But anyway, before we ended up going to dinner, we stopped and we had drinks. And this is where the confrontation comes in. Mind y'all, we are only on night number 3. I got 5 nights on this boat. We are on night number 3. So me and my dog's big chilling. We got us a little section. We got our drinks flowing, everybody cooling or whatever. We was gonna do content about the different drinks that we was doing, which is how y'all ended up hearing about the whole wine and tequila mix, because everybody was just getting whatever because we had a tab and we was trying to get it all spent. Because in reality, you can't spend that tab. I'm running out of time on this video. Y'all gonna have to catch the rest of it in part 2 because that's where the confrontation starts.
Why when I was on my last cruise, it was 2 girls on the boat fighting over a man, and guess what? This man was married. It was somebody else's husband. So it's these 2 little young girls that had to be in their early 20s fighting over this man because he was with one day and one the next, and then they start fighting over him, arguing, fighting. Security had to come. They stopped the boat. Like, they got them off of it. They went to, like, the prison on the boat. It was a mess. Like, I'm going to do a whole story time. But why this man was married? So whole time they was fighting over a man that was married on the boat. And I'm like, well, where was his wife? Where was his wife the whole time? Whole time his wife was really seasick. She was really, really seasick. And I overheard them in the casino talking about it. And his wife was like, yeah, I was really seasick. I didn't even know all that stuff was going on. And ABC 123. So I guess he wound up like staying in a room because he was really embarrassed. And she was like talking about it to other people on the boat that she knew. And I was overhearing all this. But I'm like, what a nerve. But let me know if y'all want a full story time, because that was really, really, really crazy. Like, I forgot to tell y'all about that one. Like, that was crazy.
Okay, so let me tell y'all this story time about how this man tried to get me in bed with him and his wife on this Carnival cruise. So we all know Carnival cruises and we know how people get down. So that's not the crazy part, but the crazy part was how they just like went about it. So we were on a cruise, this Memorial Day cruise coming out of LA. And yeah, if you know, that's just like a turned up lit cruise. So we went on that cruise and they have an adult only section. So it's me and my 3 friends. We all go up to the section and it's a pool. And it's a couple of couples in there, and then it's us. So we're in there, we're vibing, we're having a good time. So one of the guys, he's like 40 something maybe. He starts talking to us and like, what y'all do? Like, what do y'all do for a living? And then it's this woman next to us. And he's not really acknowledging her or bringing her in the conversation. And so we're talking and he's making jokes, blah, 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 blah. And then she starts talking and we're like, are you like with him? Like, we're confused. And she's like, oh yeah, this is my husband. I'm taking him. Or she's like my long-term boyfriend. She's like, I'm taking him on a cruise for his birthday.
Okay, so this is gonna be a story time of how I got banned from Carnival Cruise. I do want to say it wasn't really my fault, but everybody ended up getting banned. Long story short, this happened in 2023, and my boyfriend decided to bring garden onto the cruise. I don't know if I can say that word, but if you know, you know. He has a medical card for it, and it was like in a prescription bottle. So I think that he thought like it was okay to bring it on. And also, once you're boarding the cruise, they have like dog sniff your suitcases, like they check your bag. So, and everything went through, so we thought we were like good and good. On day 3, after we came back from Jamaica, I'm having fun, taking some shots, and my boyfriend calls me saying that there's police at his room. So I immediately go to his room, and once I get to the hallway, why is there canine dogs in the hallway? I'm literally just like, oh shit. I get so panicked because immediately I'm like, are they gonna like arrest us and leave us in Jamaica? Because I think at this time we were still in Jamaica. I end up turning around, going to the bar. I paid the $400 for the unlimited drinks. I'm taking shots by my. I'm having like an anxiety attack at this point. I take so many shots, and I pass out in the bathroom of my room because I just can't deal with what's going on right now. All they did was confiscate his stuff. Well, that's what we thought was like the only thing that was gonna happen. Back to me like passing out in the bathroom. Somehow like the housekeeper came in and saw me passed out in the bathroom, so she called medics. And I just remember waking up and seeing like paramedics in my face. After they seen that I was just drunk, they left, and the next morning they confiscated like my drinking package. I couldn't drink no more for the rest of the trip. And that day we were supposed to get off to like Turks and Caicos or something. We cannot get off the ship. We had 3 rooms, and all those 3 rooms were under his mom's name. So anybody that were under his mom, anybody that was in those 3 rooms could not get off the ship, and I wasn't allowed to drink no more. So it was 2 full days on the ship, literally doing nothing. I was sober as hell. We couldn't wait to get off the ship because there was literally nothing to do at that point. And they were watching us like hawks at this point. And when we finally got off the ship, before we got off, they all made us sign this paper saying we were banned from Carnival Cruise.
Story time on how working for Norwegian Cruise Line was literal hell and how that whole company got major issues. So I worked there for 6 weeks. I had a 6-month contract. I packed my bags in the middle of the night because I was over it. 6 a.m. that morning, I left. The next morning, I left. And y'all, I don't work there anymore, so I'm going to clock people and I'm going to call out people's name. There was this manager named Mercedes, and she was weird. Actually, backstory. We worked 7 days a week. People on the cruise work 7 days a week. They have 1 night off a month. 1 night off a month. And this is like 12-hour shifts every single day. You do not get a day off. Even if you're sick, throwing up, the only excuse you get off of work is if you test positive for COVID. That's the only way you can get off for work. Next thing, Mercedes, so basically on the cruise you need like 3 write-ups. Baby, she would just give people write-ups for very weird reasons. One of my friends, she had her hair up, she had her hair down in the elevator. She didn't know she had to get it up because it was like her first week on the cruise. And literally, Mercedes gave her a write-up in the elevator. She talked to her, whatever. The next day, called her in the office for a write-up and was like, you had your hair down in the elevator. And the girl was like, what? Next thing, people would always ask about the food. The food is disgusting. The food is nasty. Next, the rooms had black mold in it. They did not care. The rooms had black mold in it. They did not care. Also, there's this place called Route 66. You couldn't have your headphones in. If you were walking, like, it was just like they would literally try to get on you. They would give you write-ups if you were on your phone. If you had headphones in, write-ups. And it's like, even if you're off, they didn't care. They would write you up. It was a lot of Filipinos, and basically the Filipinos would talk bad about people in their language, and then they would only promote other Filipinos. They would not promote other people. Also, they would try to write you up for anything. Like, if you were on the clock, they would try to write you up. What the heck? They would try to write you up for anything. My friend Dorian, they made up 3 things and gave him write-ups and got him kicked off the boat. He had to buy like a $1,200 ticket. And then my other friend, the manager, was literally cussing him out while he walked off the boat because basically the Filipinos don't listen to anybody, y'all. They were so rude to other people. They were nice to me, but the managers were mad rude to people. The pay was decent, but for the work you're doing, it's not equivalent. Anyone that works 7 days a week, doubles every day, is gonna get paid decently, but it's not worth the mental, you know?
Get ready for me to talk about how my cruise experience went and how this guy who had a girlfriend hit on me. Mind you, we confronted him in front of everybody. Okay, so I'm finishing getting ready. I'm using the NARS Medium Deep 2.6 and then Deep 1 Cafe. I'm just mixing those. Okay, so me and my friend Jay, we started getting close to the guy, and mind you, the only reason why we met him is because the girl that liked him had introduced him to everybody as the group. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot the guy's name, but he wasn't really my type anyway, and he was really short. And later to find out, he was like a TikTok guy that would shimmy, that would shimmy on camera. But anyways, back to the story. So the girl that liked him, she would talk about him a lot, you know, and obviously girl code, like I wasn't even worried about that guy. Truly, I was just there to have a good time with my family. It was my first cruise, and I enjoyed myself. Here's where the story gets interesting, so I'm just tell y'all. So my family, we had got the Wi-Fi package. Highly recommend if you go on a cruise, please get it. We were getting everybody's socials, and you know, like I was getting everybody's and I was following everyone. And whenever it came to him, he was like, oh, like I don't have social media. And I was like, how don't you have Instagram? Well, he said I don't have Instagram, and I was like, you shimmy your shoulders on TikTok and you don't have Instagram? So me and my friend Jay, we peeped that, and we were like, that's weird. Like, why don't you have an Instagram? So, mind you, the guy, he was trying to get me to go to his room, and I'm not that type of girl. I'm not the hookup girl. I'm such a relationship girl. I wasn't going to that man's room. Okay, so this sounds really messed up, but like whenever he realized I wasn't gonna do anything with him, he like left me alone, and he went back to the girl that originally liked him. Mind you, he would talk bad about the girl, so like me and my friend were confused. So the night that I told him basically no, he went to the other girl, and while he was with the other girl, me and my friend Jay, we were investigating because me and my family were sharing the Wi-Fi. We were sharing the Wi-Fi, and something told me, God, like, trust God, y'all. My intuition told me, search that man's name up. Lo and behold, I found out he had a girlfriend. Okay, go to part 3.
Let me tell y'all how me and my husband got put on alcohol restriction on a cruise, and I didn't even know that was possible. So we're on Virgin Voyages, and we already know it's about to be a time because it's adults only, and everybody's coming with the vibes as soon as you get on the boat. We had already decided beforehand that Scarlet Night was going to be our night. It's hip hop, it's where the whole ship wears red, and you just party all night, literally till 3 a.m. We was both like, yes, that's when we gonna turn up. So we dress up, we looking good, we got our red on, we go to dinner first, there we're having shots, we're having drinks, we're feeling good. Then we get to the party. The party starts at the pool and then it goes to the dance floor. We're drinking the whole time, having a ball, y'all. I cannot even explain. And then at some point, both of us had to go to the bathroom. And that's where it went left. That's where we lost each other. And apparently Mike is looking for me. And mind you, I'm hearing this the next day. He's looking for me, he can't find me, he's texting me, I'm not answering the phone because once I get loose and feeling good, I'm not worried about nobody's phone. He gets the staff involved. He looks for me for a while and then he's like, I cannot find my wife. She can't swim. I don't know if she jumped off this boat or what. So he is panicking. The staff finally found me. I am in front of the hotel room. Apparently, I don't know how to get in, even though the key is literally on the fob around my wrist. So we had a fun night. We wake up in the morning, everything's all good. We're kikiing, we're cuddled up, we're laughing, we're hungover. We lose a whole day. We lost the whole time that we're supposed to be at Key West, but we get back up the next day and we're at Bimini. So we're in the Bahamas, we're about to have a time again. We wanna run it back. We get to the beach club at Bimini and we're ordering 2 pina coladas and we're like, yeah, we're about to have a time. That bartender looked at us like, we can't serve you 2 any more alcohol. But I tell you, we looked at each other and burst out laughing, like, because we already know we had to have acted a fool on that ship. Why is this man telling us that we can't have no more drinks? We acted a fool on that ship. So I wanted to go back. I'm like, let's go talk to security. Let's see what happened. Let's run the footage. I want to see it. Like, I wanted to see it. I would pay to see it. Mike is like, we're going to spend the rest of this trip sober. Like, we're never talking to them. We're done. We're not doing it. So the moral of the story, we never got any more drinks, and marry somebody that you have fun with. Like, marry somebody that you can have a ball with, because it's so important. This will go down in the memory books for sure. Like, what? No more alcohol. What?
I just decided to make y'all a quick little video on my mama husband, Big Fred. We getting ready to go on a cruise, right? It's 4:24 a.m. sharp, right? I get in the car. We got done packing up the luggages. I get in the car. You know, mind you, me and my boyfriend gonna be on the phone the whole time. The whole time. We're gonna be on the phone the whole time. This is already planned. You feel me? We go to sleep on the phone and everything.
The rest of the stuff.
So yeah, I get in the car. I see we off the phone. I'm like, what happened? He telling me something, oh, he hung it up. You hung my phone up through the car? Cause mind you now, my phone was connected to the car. I'm like, you hung my phone up? He gonna say, yeah. I'm like, man, why you do that for? Like, y'all, I kid you not. He hung my phone up. And my mom was just okay with it. Yup. Your husband going worldwide with this right here. Hold on. He's going worldwide with this one right here, mother. And look at Naomi.
Put these in that black.
What do you have to say for your father?
Hold these up because we be out of gas if we don't have these. Hold these up, put them in that black.
Anyways, y'all, long story short, that's what happened. And she laughing like it's funny. Like, I kid y'all not. I'm really about to cry. Yes, I'm doing a video. I'm finna embarrass you and your husband. Because she just sat right there and let him do it. Was you in the car when he hung up that phone? Sleep. Yes, and you know we go to sleep every night on the phone. And you already got me away from him for 7 days. And you watching me on the phone.
Don't mess up the lashes.
I'm not gonna mess up. You watched him hang up that phone, mama. That was so mean.
Where do I get my purse?
He ought to go to jail. How you gonna hang up somebody else's phone? And then he sleeps, so he ain't answering.
What, I'll tell you what bag you want. What bag you want?
What bag do I want?
You can carry on. Go back to
I'm just carrying this.
No, What? How many pieces of luggage you got over here?
I just have one suitcase.
One suitcase?
One suitcase.
That's the green?
Yeah. She would carry the bag.
Okay, who got the white and the pink?
Huh?
Who got the white and the pink?
But yeah, y'all, that's what happened. Blow this up. Blow this up.
The white bag and that bag is mine.
Because that's what just happened. He hung up my car. Blow this up.
Yes, ma'am. Both of those are mine. And that, all three of those.
As promised, here is story time for how I got banned from Carnival Cruise Lines for life. 4L, y'all. Okay? So, y'all gonna hear this story. Y'all gonna be like, are you serious? Like, it was a bunch of BS. But basically, if you ever been on Carnival Cruise Lines, you know, after the club, like all them clubbing videos you be seeing where it be lit, it do be like that. But if you ever been, you know, after the club, the hot spot on the boat is to go get pizza. Everybody and their mama go and get pizza to eat after the club because it be open late, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So, after the club one night, me and my family were all on the boat together, right? So we go get pizza, like norm. I'm with my cousins, keep in mind you, like, my cousins are like 18, 19, like, you know, they're younger, and I'm the eldest. So I'm with my family, and we're in line. 2 of my cousins had left before us, so they were already in line before us, so we were like a few spots behind them, right? I don't know what happened. All I know is I think one of my other cousins went to go speak to them. So there was this man behind them. He's drunk, he's belligerent, and I look over, and all I see is him just kind of going off on my cousins. Mind you, my cousin is 18. They're young. Like, these are like babies, basically. So he's going off on the mouth at them. So I asked him real nicely. I said, what is the problem? Like, what is the problem? He's still going, and I'm like, they didn't cut you. They've been here. Like, they did not cut you. And so I don't know, y'all. All I know is he was with some woman. This is where shit took a turn, y'all. This is where shit took a turn. She looks at me and she goes, he wasn't talking to you. And I'm like, okay, but I was talking to him because he's talking to my family, so I'm talking to him, right? Oh, okay. Long story short, everything kind of like settles. Like, everybody get their food, they get their pizza, whatever. I look over. Y'all, this girl is staring me down. Like, she's staring me down. Like, I'm pretty sure if she had a gun, she would have shot me. Like, she is staring me hardcore down. And I never gave punk. Nothing about gay punk, okay? So I see her staring at me. I'm talking about like mugging me bad. So I asked her, I'm like, what are you looking at? I swear to God, I was so calm. I'm like, what are you looking at? She go, what? And before I could ask her again, y'all, she swing. That's how you know. This trifling little fucking little hoe was just looking for a fight. She was just looking for a fight again. What are you looking at? What? What are you looking at? Swing on me. Now, I ain't gonna lie. She connected a little bit though, just a little bit. Like, she, you know, tapped my chin or whatever. Before I could even like understand what was happening or even swing back, everybody stopping the fight. Security over there, which is so funny. All of a sudden you over here, but you wasn't over here to de-escalate before I got hit in the face, right? Security ends up following me and my family back to the room, which I'm like, it's crazy because I didn't even hit her. She hit me. And I don't know if people followed them or whatever. I don't know. But they followed us back. He's like, do you want to make a statement, this and a third? And I'm like, yeah, because here you are following me. That's you know, I ain't gonna cuss, but she hit me. So I do my statement or whatever. They're like, okay, you'll hear from us. Like, well, whatever, we'll do our investigation. All I know is we're getting off the boat the next day. Like, this is the part, however you say it. It's the day they get off the goddamn boat. As I'm getting off the boat, I scan my badge. They hand me a piece of paper. As I'm walking off the boat, they waited until I'm walking off the boat. They hand me the piece of paper that says, you are banned. Like, you are on Carnival's do not sell list. What? I was like, what, bro? And I tried everything to get this reversed. Like, I didn't email Carnival. I called Carnival. I didn't call the FBI because, y'all, they talking about the only way I could press charges is to call the FBI because it was in international waters. I'm like, y'all just don't want to do y'all goddamn job. I'm like, that is so crazy to me. So, yeah, bro, y'all do y'all thing. Like, tag Carnival. Call Carnival. Call the CEO. Tell them this is not right. This is an outrage. This is an outrage. This is not right, Lord. Shade room. Do something. Shade room. Do something. Somebody do something, please. I got assaulted. That's why I got banned from Carnival for life, because I got assaulted. If I would have known I was gonna get banned, I would have hit her back. Like, what the hell? Come on now. It ain't right, Lord, but whatever.
Story time. You're innocent. You know, first contract, you need to be warned, okay? On the ship, dating is pretty much casual. If you are lucky enough to date someone, you guys are just lucky, okay? But most people just want to eat, which is chop. Okay, so this is more innocent. I used to think, okay, I'll get a boyfriend there, you know, maybe from another country, and then all cute and stuff, but no. So I went there. As soon as I got there, the first week, I would get like men trying to entertain me, like, you know, trying to like you know, invite me to their cabins, and I would find it so strange, like offer me drink, like, you know, I was not a child, so I knew already, like, what's up, what is this vibe, you know. So in the cruise ship, honestly, people just wanna parapata, okay? Parapata meaning they just want to fuck, okay? So I mean, I liked the attention to a certain extent, okay, but then it started adding up, and then people would warn me, be careful and stuff, you know. So I was like, nah, I don't think I want to date, okay. Then there was this guy, Okay, so yeah, men will humble you. So there was this guy. He was not actually my type, but I don't know what. He was just tall, so I like tall guys, but he was not really my type. So this man was just so reserved, so I was like, he caught my attention. Okay, so there was a time where we were all hanging out and he was there. Okay, so he started talking to me. He offered to buy me a drink and stuff. Okay, so we were just hanging out, and then what made me be more connected to him was because music wise. Okay, like we like the same music. I was like, oh wow. So I remember we were chilling on a place where it's the outside for the crew. That's where most people chill, smoke. It's a smoking area. So I went there, and then we were all just chilling. I wasn't really drinking or smoking or anything. Then the guy was like, don't you want to listen? Like, don't you want to listen to the music in my cabin? Cabin meaning his room. It's more, private and stuff. And I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do this, because I was enjoying his company. Yeah. Okay, so it's like, so innocent me thinking it's just about the music, but not really about the music. This guy was trying to get in my pants. But that was the first week. Imagine the first week. And not only him, his friends also wanted my number. And not like two of his friends were trying to get my number even. Imagine. I was like, what crazy nonsense is this? And then just within 3 days of knowing this guy, he's like, oh, I need to leave. I knew he had 2 months of his contract. And then he's like, I need to leave within a week. I'm like, why? He's like, oh no, my father died. I was like, what? How come you didn't tell me? He's like, my father died yesterday. I was like, how come we were together? How come you didn't tell me all this? He's like, I was like, oh, sorry, what do you need? I'll be there for you and stuff like that. I became very sympathetic, okay? So, and then he started preparing to leave. So he left, okay? So this was just so emotional for me because I was like getting to be friends with this person and he's leaving, okay? So, and then on the airport, he was like, I'll text you once I'm in the airport. This guy texted me while he was in the airport. Okay, so he's telling me, listen, I didn't want to tell you this, but once I reach home, don't text me. I'll text you because I have a girlfriend back home, blah, 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 blah. I was like, what the F? I was like, okay, you know what? It's not that deep. I just know you, like, now it's going to a week almost. Okay, so it's not that deep. Don't worry. Yeah. And then I started, like, finding things out about him as he left. Okay, so first of all, he lied about his father dying. That was, like, what the fuck? Okay. And then his friend was telling me that, no, this guy is getting married. That's even the worst. So the guy went back home to get married. I mean, he was not mine. I didn't claim him, but the fact that he made me believe that he's this innocent guy, like, I was actually ready to be in a relationship with this guy. Honestly, I was ready to give myself to this guy, like to be in a relationship with this guy. So exciting, But that's when I became a devil, because I was like, oh, hell no. No man on this ship is gonna try to play me ever again. Okay? So it got to a point where there was this guy that claimed to love me, to be in love with me. He tried and all, but I was like, no, you're talking bullshit. You don't love me and blah, blah, blah. So it went on 4 months, him trying to tell me that he loves me. He used to bring me food, chocolates and stuff like that, like all the cute things. And I was like, I'm not dating you, sorry. Yeah, and also there was a lot of drama surrounding him. So just know that when you're in a ship and you enter the ship and there's a guy, try to find out who did he date, because the person he's dating might just be in the ship, you don't even know, or they might be coming back to the ship, you don't even know. But in the ship, everyone knows everyone's business, okay? So even though I was just, hanging out with this guy, but when people see you hanging out with someone, they assume you guys are together. That's the thing. So it's all messed up, but the ship life can be very when it comes to romantic dating, it's another story, honestly.
Story time of the cruise ship entertainer embarrassing me and my family in front of everyone on the cruise ship. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I've been kind of tired lately. I don't know, but let's get into it. So I went on this cruise ship last October. So I went with the whole group and we all do social media. So if you don't know who Funny Mike is a popular YouTuber. He has 11 million subscribers on YouTube, I think, and 9 million followers on Instagram. So Funny Mike has a group called The Bad Kids, and I'm one of them. The Bad Kids is a group of kids that are in his YouTube videos, and he helps us with our platforms, helps us grow, and learn more about social media. And we all have a really good bond, so we consider each other family. So he invited all of us and our parents to go on a cruise ship with him and some of his friends to, just have a vacation, have a little fun or whatever. So yeah, now we're on the cruise ship. We're having fun. It's cool. We're having a blast. The first day, we're just hyping everybody up on the cruise ship. And then I think it was the third or fourth day. I can't remember what day it was on the cruise ship. All I know is there was a Halloween costume contest. So most of the adults were at the club and we're all at the Halloween costume contest just looking at it. And there was the cruise ship entertainer who was obviously hosting the contest. It was whoever has the best costume wins or whatever. So one of the bad kids' parents was in the costume contest. She was dressed as Maleficent. So we was like, okay. We was cheering her. Of course, we were supporting her because, we know her. She's like our family. So when it's her turn to go, of course, we're screaming real loud. We're cheering because we want her to win. And the person with the most cheers usually wins. So we're screaming loud, just like, yeah, that's her right there. Okay? So yeah, we're supporting her and watching the contest, having fun. And then one of the bad kids, he said, hey, when are the teenagers going? Because we noticed that the adults went first and then the little kids went. And he didn't say anything about, the teenagers going. So yeah, he asked, and then the entertainer, he moved the mic down and was like, but you don't even have a costume on. And the bad kid was like, but that doesn't matter. Like, when are the teenagers going? But instead of the entertainer just answering the question, he decided to just laugh and walk away. So yeah, we kind of just shrugged it off because we really didn't care that much. We just wanted to know, like, if the teenagers were going to have a chance to go or not. But then he had the audacity. Oh yeah, and let me mention, almost everybody on the cruise ship was on the deck looking at the costume contest. Almost every single person on the cruise ship, okay? So yeah, he decides to go in the mic and say, Funny Mike is trying to make y'all relevant so bad, but y'all are not. When I tell you, all the bad kids out there was just sitting there like, because we was just in disbelief. We didn't know what to believe. Like, there's no way he just said that in the mic in front of everybody. Like, everybody got quiet like, oh snap, what didn't happen? But that's not even all he had to say. Come back for part 2.
Alright, so it's story time. I'm gonna give a story time of how I met my cruise bae, which is now my husband, my bookie butt. So we met actually in March of 2023. So honey, we're fairly new. We are only a little over a year in, but it seems like I've known him for a lifetime. But anyways, so we met on the Carnival Mardi Gras, and he was with his friends and I was with my friends. So I'm going to start off when the first time I saw him. So I'm going to be upfront. It was me pursuing him. And then once he got to know me, he reciprocated the energy. But I saw him in the club. I was actually talking to this guy named Cedric, and I'll explain who he is later, and having a conversation with him. And then Brandon had came up and said something to him, and I'm looking at my corner of my eye like, oh, who is that? But I'm the type of person that I'll like see somebody and stuff, but I don't really like try to get on that with anybody. But on this cruise, it was kind of different because I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
my goal was to find me a little hoo-ha, a little thing, and that's it. Like, on the boat, you know, that's my little thing. Off the boat, I'm back to being single, being at home. Like, I wasn't on that. So I saw him, and like, I'm just like, you know what? He's cute and stuff, but I didn't do nothing. And then actually, like, that night, I had left my room and was just walking. I had met this girl, and we had linked up, and we had both walked to the casino, because the casino bar is the last bar that will be open on the boat. So we walk into the bar, and I see Brandon, again, I'm gonna call him Mystery Man. That was my Mystery Man in my head. Taking these pictures for these guys. And I'm like, and he was talking to them to the point where I thought he knew them. And I'm like, hey, like, slip my way in, you know what I'm saying? Hey, do you want me to take a picture for y'all? Like, you know, getting my little sneak in. And I took a picture for them, and he was with his homeboy. So I asked his homeboy, I'm like, if you can describe your friend in 3 words, what would it be? He described him in actually some really nice stuff. He was like loyal, compassionate, and caring, and like, I'm like, oh, okay, well, no red flags yet. So and I'm not, you know, looking for a relationship, so I'm like, shit, fuck it. Like, so we invited, like, we actually walked to the bar together, and we took a shot together. Well, I took a shot of añejo. The girl I was with took a shot of añejo, and Brandon was drinking a Pirate's Punch or something at the time. And we were talking for a little bit, great vibes. It was cool, but once again, I wasn't trying to look for a relationship. You know, he wasn't either. So we had a great conversation, and I went up to go get pizza. And when I went up there to go get pizza, he ended up coming up there, and I saw this girl in his face. And he saw me, like, we locked eyes, and he was like, oh shit, like, he had that oh shit look on his face. So he got out the girl face or whatever, and I didn't even like tell him to or nothing, but he just did what he did. So I went to go eat pizza, and then I had went out to the deck with my friend again. So when I went out there, I saw Cedric again, the guy from the club. And I'm like, hey, like, how do you know Brandon? He's like, oh, that's my best friend since we were kids, like, childhood best friends. I'm like, oh, crap, like, that's cool. He was like, oh, you like fucking with him? So I'm like, nah, not really. Like, he ain't got his little thing yang on the boat. Like, I ain't even on that with him no more, you know. No bad stuff about him. And then his homeboy Mark was there too. And Brandon had came out to the deck and Mark was like, you done fucked up, B. You done fucked up. And I just looked at him. I mugged him, like, not in a mischievous, like, not in like a mean way. I mugged him in a mischievous way, like, nigga, I saw you. Yes, I did. And he was like, what I do? And he had walked back out to, like, so I'm sitting here, and there's this like glass thing so you can see in there, and he had used the bathroom, and he was coming back, and he had flicked me off. Now I'm a little feisty, a little, you know, spicy a little bit, so I'm like, oh, like, that kind of turned me on, like, oh, okay. So he came back, and because he flicked me off, I flicked him back off. So he came back and sat by me, and he, like, goes apologize and stuff, and I'm thinking in my head, like, you do not have to apologize. Like, you are single, I am single, it is not that serious. But I'm like, okay, whatever. So we ended up kicking it after that, and we went up to, we had left everybody. And then he found out that I knew Sed, and he was like, oh, well, wow. So we had left everybody, and we actually had went up on the top deck and watched the sunrise together and spent a lot of quality time together. And we ended our night off in his room. We didn't do anything, y'all. We didn't do nothing. We actually didn't do nothing the whole boat. And that was my mission, you know what I'm saying? Give me a little thang-yang on the boat, but because I'm a good girl, y'all. But on that boat, I was just trying to just live a whole different lifestyle. I had no business trying to live because I'm really a relationship girly, but I was just going through a lot at that time. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm so tired of being a good girl. But anyways, he was a gentleman. Like, he never even tried to get on that with me in that way. Like, he was very comforting, and we just sat and talked. Like, we hung out the rest of the boat. And one day he was even hungover, and I brought him water and a liquid IV, and we just literally sat in the bed and watched Ghost Hunters the entire day. Jake just spent a lot of time together, went to go eat together, and just got to know each other, like, you know, about each other's lives and stuff. And it was to the point where, I kid y'all not, like, it felt like I knew this man my entire life. It was instantly like a source of like comfort for me. Like, he was so sweet. He was so caring. And I didn't even, mind you, I just met this man. And it got towards the end of the boat. And, you know, I have started to like him. He has started to like me. And I made a joke like, damn, but Cruz baby got to break up. You know, he was like, man, yeah, man. And we exchanged, we already had each other's numbers and stuff, but we had, like, you know, exchanged hugs and stuff. And when I got off the boat, I realized I really did like him, because I'm like, my feelings was hurt. Like, oh shit, like, what the fuck? And he texted me, made sure I got home, and he had called me, and y'all, he from Mississippi, and so his voice was already voicing in person, and on that phone it was the same way, you know. So we were on the phone for hours. When I tell you hours. I have honestly never had an awkward moment with that man. I've never had a moment where I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh my gosh, what do we talk about? When I tell y'all, I feel like this man been my best friend. Like, he was my twin flame in another life. It's crazy. But yeah, we talked and we bonded, and yeah, so that's like the story of how I met my cruise bae. That's now my real bae and my bookie butt now.
Before I get into the story time, I would just like to say, you can't get no coochie out the. I was just acting up a little bit, like you know, just a little bit. Just a little bit. This is a no judgment zone, guys. Like, judgment, leave your judgment at the door. Like, we're not judging, okay? We're not judging. At least nobody got no coochie out the queen, but no, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, leave free, no judgment, okay, y'all? I'm just coming on here and just telling my, like, I'm just gonna talk about it, like, whatever, like, yeah. Y'all, okay, so we got two cruise bases. We got two cruise bases in the story, y'all. The first one was brown skin, tall, yummy, played basketball, straight teeth. Guys, no, he was so yummy. Like, he literally was my type to the T. Like, he was so fine. And, okay, yeah, and then the other one, short, light skin. I mean, he had straight teeth, guys. He was nice. I don't know. Like, okay, I'm just giving y'all a description of the cruise base. I would just like to say I was bound to be overly going. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I met my exact type the first night. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I was bound for this. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I fear. Okay, so boom, you know, like, you know, I met him at the teen club type, you know, and, you know, we started talking. I mean, you know, I get that Insta cute. All right. I don't know what it was, but I told y'all, like, the queen must have been ovulating. I don't know what was going on with the queen, but the queen she was, where you at? I'm already on that time. I said, where you at? Right? So what's called, I text him, we meet up or whatever. I find him, we meet up, we go to his room, we walk into his room. He's saying, what you trying to do? I'm like, what you trying to do? Cause I already know I'm trying to be in the bathroom, right? He in the bathroom. He come out, I'm ready on that bed. I'm ready on that bed. I said, come here. I said, come here. Like, I was ready for that. And then, y'all, we get to going at it. You know, we get to doing what we do. Like, you know, we made out, you know, and all this. But, like, y'all, like, I'm not gonna hold y'all. That make out was low-key, like, it was low-key so bad. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know if it was. I don't know. He was just too passionate. He was already trying to eat up the queen. I said, wait, you know, we gotta start. Like, hold on. We gotta slow it down first. But this man was trying to just eat up the queen. Like, hold on. Just wait a minute. He was trying to eat the queen in one bite. Like, wait a minute. So he was just like, I don't know. know. Yeah, it was just tongue and lip. It was just too much, baby. I was overstimulated. It was just so much, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute. But I was like, hold on, wait a minute, because whoa, like he just kept sticking his tongue in my mouth. I was like, y'all. I was like, wait, guys, like, wait. And mind y'all, we getting real comfortable in the bed. Like, I don't know we getting real comfortable in that bed, right? As soon as we get a little too comfortable, somebody comes knocking on the door. I said, oh, tell me why it was this man's dad and this boy. And mind you, I'm already trying to find a way to I don't even know. And he was like, oh, if they come in this room, find somewhere to hide. What you mean find somewhere to hide? Yo, this room was a box. Back to getting down. We just went back to doing what we did, and that's it, it was real cute. He was real. That's it, it was real cute. He was real fine. I would eat him up again. And that's where I'm gonna end off the story time. Don't judge me. At least I didn't really y'all, that's where I'm gonna end it. Bye, guys.
Y'all, so let me tell y'all about my cruise chronicles real quick. So boom, first day on the cruise, we go out to the deck. It's a big cruise party, right? And so as soon as we get on the deck, it's these dudes. Now, they wasn't all of that for me to be looking at them, but they was they was okay. But you know how you could feel somebody looking at you, so I felt them looking at me and my friend. So we on the deck, we doing our hustle, we doing this, we doing that. And eventually the dude come up to me and he see me hustling, so he how you do that then? So I'm trying to show him or whatever, and then eventually he get into the main plot of what the fuck he really trying to do. He end up telling me he from Delaware. He end up telling me his name, and basically he end up saying put your room number in my phone, and I'm gonna try to meet up with you later. And I'm like, damn, you ain't gonna buy no Wi-Fi? He no, I don't fuck with that Wi-Fi shit. I'm just I see you when I see you. So I'm like, okay. Fast forward, same day, a little bit later, probably 4, 5, 6 hours later, this other dude try to talk to me. We walk in. He hey, come here. I seen you earlier. We locked eyes. I wanted you. So I'm like, oh, straight. I ain't even see you earlier. He yeah, but I saw you. I'm like, oh, okay. Where you from? He Delaware. So now I'm in my head, I'm it's not a coincidence that it is 2 Delaware people on this boat. I know it's a lot of people on this boat, but Delaware just sounds like a made-up place for me. Apparently, it was the first state to ever exist in the United States. That's what I learned from the Delaware niggas. But people don't just be saying they're from Delaware. I really thought they was from Baltimore because they sound like they're from Baltimore. But anyways, so I'm in my head, I'm okay. 2 people that try to talk to me tell me they from Delaware. They probably know each other, but maybe not. It's 5,000 people on this boat, so who knows? So, boom, fast forward to the next day. That's when the first dude, I'm calling him Jay, because I really don't even remember his name. That's when Jay, I see him when I'm coming from eating my food. So, he talking about, wife, come here. I said, He talking about, he talking to me. Then he did you see my cousin yesterday? So I'm who is your cousin? He I know you had to run into my cousin, something, because I know what he like. I said, I don't remember running to your cousin. He said, you ain't running to nobody named, I'm gonna call him BJ. He you ain't running to nobody named BJ. Now, mind you, I did, and that was his cousin, but I'm playing it crazy. I'm I don't know if I ran into somebody named BJ, but I do know that I ran into somebody else that's from Delaware. So maybe that is your cousin. He started describing them or whatever. I'm okay, so why are you asking me this? He talking about, I know what my cousin like. Nah, y'all mumbling and cackling about me. But okay, we about to make it real funny. So boom, fast forward again. I go to the club. I see BJ, which is the second one. Actually, no, take it back. Jay and BJ is at the club when I go to the club, because everybody go to the club on the cruise. So first, I see Jay, which is the first one. We talking, he leave. Then I see BJ. Now, in all transparency, BJ looked better than Jay. BJ just completely all around better than Jay anyway. Choosing, yes, I know.
Okay, listen, y'all want a fucking story time about what happened on the cruise. Okay, so I was walking out of my room up the hall, and I heard this man having a conversation with his wife. At first, he really wasn't like loud, you know, like they was having a disagreement, but he wasn't loud. So that's why I did not start recording soon as, you know what I'm saying, I heard a disagreement. Because I thought they were just, you know what I'm saying, on their way in their room. So by the time I walked to the elevator, like, it was getting louder and louder. So to the point that I was like, God damn, he sounded like he about to knock the hell out of somebody. So I peeps around the corner. Before I even started recording, I peeps around the corner. So I see him, another guy, his wife, and it looked like a member of the cruise ship or whatever. So that's when I was like, oh, I need to get this or whatever. So the part that y'all hearing, him blessing her out, which before then, this is what he said. When he said he can see with his own eyes, I can't tell y'all where they was sitting at, what bar they was at, or where he was located, where she was located, who she was sitting beside. Was it a man or woman, black, white, Asian? I don't know, y'all. I do not know. I was catching the butt end of them coming to their room having this disagreement. He did tell her he seen her with his own fucking eyes that she gave the NIGGA her number or whatever. He seen her slide the guy her number. So that's the story. That's it. That's all. And from there, you know, I don't know really what her response was. I don't know if she said no, you ain't see nothing, da 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 da. And this was like, you bogus, you bogus as hell, you know, and start calling her out of her name. I can tell y'all that the lady was crying. I didn't want to just be so obvious and had a damn camera in these people's face. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I started recording from the opposite side of the elevator. But they were so loud, people was actually coming out of their room looking, peeping around the corner. Like 5 or 6 other people on the other side. But that's pretty much it, y'all. I didn't get no story to the shit because I wasn't out there in the beginning to see what really happened. I just can tell y'all what the hell I heard the man say, and that's what he said to his wife, that he fucking saw her. He seen her slide a guy her number, and he told her, you got a whole motherfucking husband out here. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't finna play with nobody on no motherfucking cruise ship, period, boo. If I would do whatever I'm gonna do it when we get home. You won't never throw me off this bitch. And they was on the side with a balconies. Like, they got a balcony. Child, by ain't no motherfucking way. You don't even look at me at the bar. For real. But that's it, y'all. That's all I got. That's it. That's all.
Cruise News 101. Y'all gonna have to come in a little bit closer, sit down, take a seat. I got a story time for you. So as you guys know, I did just come off of a 10-day, 9-night cruise with Carnival Cruise Line. And let me tell you one thing not to do, even though a lot of us got common sense and we know not to do it. But I repeat, if you're taking teenagers, this is what to teach them not to do. So a group of 3 teenagers decided to go in the gift shop and steal a spray ground backpack and a $200 bottle of Gucci cologne. Let me tell you what happened to them. Security was called, went inside the parents' stateroom, searched it, found the items, locked everybody up. When we ported into Amberclo, which is Dominican Republic, they locked them up there, made them get off the boat. They had to find their way home. Like, share, comment, and follow me for part 2.
Okay, story time on how my 6 little hours in the Bahamas almost ended me up on First 48 Nassau edition. Okay, so we rented, what is it, 4-wheelers, ATV. Okay, we rented the little ATV, we're cruising the island, boom, everything's good. We go to the beach and then we decide to explore. This maybe is where we messed up. The catch here was we have to be back on the boat by 6, so we had to get the ATV to the spot by 5. They picked us up from the port and they shuttled us over to pick up the ATV, right? So We don't really know where we need to be dropping it off, but they give us this little piece of paper. You know what? I threw the paper away because I was so pissed.
You have no Wi-Fi.
Well, that's it. So they give us a little piece of paper and they're like, call us if you have any problems. Okay, so we're like, okay, cool. Okay, on the way back, we realized we actually don't have service, so we can't call anybody ever. We can't scan the little thing and it brought you to Google Maps. We don't have that. So now we're trying to recount steps. Okay, we pass the Dunkin' Donuts, take this right. Okay, we go to take the right. It's a damn one way. Okay, great. So we just are going in circles. The time's passing. It's 4:40. Now it's 4:50, 4:55. Okay, we're pulled over. Locals are like, are you okay? I'm telling them, no, we're not. We're not okay. God bless the guy who helped us out, right? So we are on this random side street. I'm looking, the house is a little dilapidated, just a little bit. I'm looking around and I'm like, okay. The guy, he's like, I'm telling him, can you scan this code and it will pull up the Google Maps and we can just like snap a picture of the roads that we have to drive down. He doesn't want to scan the QR code. I don't fucking know. Okay. But he's like, you know what? I have minutes on my phone. I'm going to call the place for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So he's on the phone with the place. He's setting up for them to come pick us up. Yes, they're across from the big church, the big white church. Yes, okay, boom. So while he's on the phone, I'm noticing a group of teenagers. Like, I try not to be like this, but as I get older, I'm getting nervous about shit, okay? Teenagers and big groups of them, that's one thing. Nervous. So immediately I'm like, just watching what they're doing, and I'm trying to tell myself, okay, no, Vanessa, like, they're just kids. They're just on a stroll, on a nice Saturday stroll. Wrong. So it's like 8 kids, right? They're walking. Some of them are like pushing each other, just playing around, right? Okay, all of a sudden, they start running. So I'm telling my friend, back it up. We need to leave this parking lot right now. But he's like, no, the shuttle's coming. Now the local is damn near gone. So we don't have a way to get in touch with these people, and they're expecting to pick us up right here. I'm like, I don't give a damn about any of that, honestly. Get us from out of this parking lot. He doesn't move.
I like that.
He doesn't move. Okay, so we're fucked. Okay, so the kids are running, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, they're fine. They're going down the street. All of a sudden, I see a whole nother group of 10 teenagers running after the original group. Okay, I'm getting nervous all over again. As if I'm already screaming for him, leave. Okay, now, the first group, they decided, I'm gonna pipe up on them. They fucking turn around and start chasing the other group. Okay, so now it's 20 fucking teenagers just chasing each other. I'm talking 4-way intersection. They are right here. They're right here, chasing after each other. I'm fucking nervous, okay? So then what happens? Oh, so they start chasing them. So then the second group, they don't regress. They said, okay, cool. They start running at the kids chasing them. All of a sudden, bah! They are throwing glass bottles at each other. Glass bottles everywhere. Glass is shattering. Traffic is stopped. People are honking. I'm screaming. If they have bottles, they have guns. Please. So, needless to say, literally as this is all happening, here comes our shuttle. Who now I've learned his name is Slim. He was everything but. And here comes Slim to the rescue.
Tell his hair. Tell my Slim hair.
Slim has bald fade, okay, and then he has 3 dreads, not like centered like a rat tail or anything, just off to the right side. Just 3 of them. And then he had him tied up in a damn bun. In a bun. Yeah, but you know what? God bless Slim. Thank you. I'm so glad I made it out of Nassau happy and alive and well and with no glass bottle cuts. But yeah, that's our story. I don't know. Bye.
Someone's child was just almost thrown overboard because they were being so fucking disrespectful. Now, let me just say, I understand that parents take their children on vacation to have a good time as well. However, if your children do not know how to act, you need to keep your children with you at all times. So I am on this Carnival cruise
you know, everyone's trying to have a good time. First of all, let me just say, I have cruised many times. This is the first time I have ever been on a cruise with this many children. And I mean, there are a lot. Apparently there's like some senior class trip, like maybe spring break. I don't know. There are a lot of children on this cruise. So on the 11th deck, there is some children up there. They're blocking the doorway. There's an older couple trying to go through. The lady says, "Excuse me." Child doesn't move. None of them move. They're just still chit-chatting, laughing, looking at her. Didn't move. She said it again. She said, "Excuse me." Did not move. Still sitting there laughing. The lady gets closer and closer to like one of the children, like in their face. And she says, "Excuse me." The child then looks at her. He was like, "Move, bitch." That's all it took, because that lady jacked that child up so quick. And I'm talking about had him against the fucking balcony rail, feet up off the ground. And she was going in on him. This little boy looked terrified. The man she was with, I'm assuming her husband, comes and he's like, you know, just put him down. It ain't worth it. She was like, "I will throw his little dumb ass over the rail." And the husband was like, "Just put her down." She was like, "They're so disrespectful." Now, I fully agree. This cruise has been full of disrespectful ass kids and no adult supervision. I am to the point that I am about to give Carnival a piece of my mind, because like I said, as well as I know children go on vacation to have fun as well, they need to be under adult supervision. These children have been running wild up and down the hallways, knocking on doors, knocking people over, just disrespectful. And I mean, they're even in the areas that are designated for adult only. Now that I fully blame Carnival for, because they should be better supervising where the areas are that are supposed to be adult only. However, parents, I am telling you, and I say this out of concern, because as much as I love children, they have to be trained properly. And if you don't want to train your children properly, you need to keep them with you at all times. Because I fully believe this lady would have flipped his ass over that balcony and he would have been floating in the damn ocean somewhere. And I think people have just had it on this trip with these disrespectful kids. They don't listen to anyone. They don't listen to other adults. They don't listen to their parents. They're not listening to anyone. Like, this is insane. I'm telling you, if you don't get your children together, there's some people out here who will do them in. And I mean do them in, and worry about the consequences later. Like, this is insane. You need to train your children how to act if you're going to send them on a cruise with a school, with a friend, with someone else. If you're going to take them, honey, if you can't train your children how to act in public, don't take their asses out. Because I promise you, somebody is going to fuck one of your damn children up. This is insane. I say it all the time. But I'm going to tell you right now. Wouldn't have been me, because I wouldn't have tried to flip him over the damn rail. I would have punched him in his fucking mouth. Promise you that.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my TikTok page. I haven't been on here in a while. I've been like traveling all over this place. Well, not really, not all over the place. I went to Houston for one of my friend's birthdays, and I just got off a cruise to the Bahamas with my line sisters, celebrating our 3rd Deltaversary. Ooh. Yeah, which is why I came on here to tell you guys story time of what happened on the cruise and why I almost got in a fight with somebody on the first day of the cruise. Okay, y'all, so this is my first cruise. I've never been on a cruise before. So, you know, I was a little nervous, but I was super excited to go. So I'm just like, okay, bet, cool. So that night we had all got settled in, We go to a nightclub that we have on the boat. And I had a few shots or whatever, so I was feeling pretty good. But the club really wasn't that lit, so it was kind of empty-ish. But they was playing some music, and we were just kind of vibing. It was like me and like a few of my line sisters in there, right? So they playing the song "Gold Digger." The other one, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke niggas. Right, cool. So I'm vibing, and that song old as hell, so I'm not really like super into it. I'm just kind of vibing, right? So we vibing, whatever, woo. And I hear somebody saying, she ain't messing with no broke niggas. She ain't messing with no broke niggas. Like, it's loud as hell. Like she's like a good distance away, but I can hear it. So I look over there in the direction that's coming from, and I'm looking, it's not my line sister. So I'm like, okay, she's not saying it. So now I look, and I see this white lady. And I hear it come from that direction. I was like, let me look at her lips just to make sure that, you know, she's saying what I think she's saying. So I look and this kid gets on. She ain't messing with no broke niggas. She got a drink in her hand like this. She ain't messing with no broke niggas. She with her husband and whoever else, 2 other white men and a lady in the back. She ain't messing with no broke niggas. Me and my sister looking at each other. She just said nigga. I'm like, you damn right she just said nigga. I heard that shit too. Look, and I'm just like, oh hell, this bitch, she's tripping. Like this cruise is full of black people. Like it's hella black people. It was a bunch of Deltas on there. It was a bunch of people from Savannah State on there as well. It was there ended up being their Savannah State alumni cruise. It was not planned anyway. So my little sister's like, yeah, like she not gonna say that. She's like, man, whatever. Like, white people, they always doing stuff like, boo, 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 boo. Like she not gonna say nothing. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna chill. I'm not gonna say nothing either. But then I'm still rocking. They didn't change the song and everything. And I'm like, hell no. Nah. With all this shit going on with Trump in the office, all this stuff about these white people thinking they can say whatever they want to say and then nobody check them. That's why they keep saying what they want to say because then nobody ever say nothing to them. I'm going to say something to her. So right in this, like, it was like a minute or two had passed from this moment. And my sponsor was like, okay, I want to go take a lap. So I'm like, okay, bet. So we go take a lap and we happen to be taking a lap in the direction that she was standing in, that she was singing a song. So I was walking. I was real cute too. I had this yellow dress on with a high split in the side. So I wasn't ready for no action, but the action would have got. You feel me? So I was just like, I walked by her. I said, hey. I stopped. I said, hey, I know you're drunk and stuff, but it's not okay to say the N-word. She said, it's in a song, so why does that matter? Bitch, in a song? I don't care if it's in a song, a poem, a book. Don't say it. I said, well, that doesn't matter that's in a song. You still shouldn't say it. Y'all, she said, I have freedom of speech. I can say nigga all I want to. Bitch, to my face, you said that shit? And I said, and how about I beat your ass? How about that? How about I beat your ass, Julie? That's what I said. And but at this point, my line sister had my hand, because we were thinking about it. The lady's right here. We're walking this way. So she's leading me out. I stopped to say something. My line sister turned around. She like, what the fuck going on? She see the whole thing. I have another line sister. She in the back. She see the whole thing. And I said, well, how about I beat your ass? How about that? And then at this point, her husband like grabs her and like pulls her back. And then at that point, my other line sister come up behind me. And she's like, you know they have Carnival jail. We're not going to Carnival jail. And my line sister in front of me is like, we're not about to get banned from Carnival because you want to fight some white lady. I said, I don't give a fuck about fighting that bitch. I was like, she shouldn't say that shit. I said, white people get away with this stuff because no one ever calls them out on it. No one ever checks them that they shouldn't be saying niggas. She felt so comfortable. When I tell y'all this is a black ass cruise, y'all, I ain't never seen that many niggas on a boat. I swear I ain't never seen that many black people on a boat. And for her to sit there and say that in the club, y'all, she was finna get dragged. So, yeah, that was the end of the story. We ended up walking out the club, and I ended up cussing her out as I was leaving. And I was like, bitch, you better be glad that I don't want to get kicked off this cruise because I would have dragged you. And so then I was pissed. I was so fucking pissed. So I just went outside to like the little seating area they have outside the club, and I was just sitting there cooling down. Like, I was just breathing like... I'm thinking, girl, don't let this white woman take your joy. But I'm thinking, I don't regret talking to her. I don't regret saying anything. I wish we could have got to punching. You feel me? Wish we would have got to the action. But, you know, maybe it was better off that it didn't happen that way. But I'm glad I checked her. She gonna think twice about saying that shit again in the club, in your car. It don't matter where you at. Because that's just wrong. Like, with all this stuff, I'm telling you, Trump got these white people thinking they can do whatever they want to do. They think they can do whatever they want to do and not face no consequences. But baby, when it come to me, you gonna always hear it from me. Y'all see my page. I'm a black activist. I love black history. I'm gonna check white people about this shit every motherfucking time. Too many times people give them a pass. No, I don't care if your feelings getting hurt. I don't care if you don't want to learn about critical race theory because it's gonna hurt your child's feelings. How do you think my feelings feel? How do you think our children's feelings feel? Nobody care about that. That's that white fragility that we be talking about. Don't let me get started on that. But that's it, y'all. That was the story time of me almost fighting that lady. Because, y'all, if my line sister wasn't there, I was going to swing. Because one of them had this arm, one of them had stepped right there. So I couldn't even say shit. But, you know, I couldn't even do shit. I really could have. If I really wanted, I could have powered through them. Because, you feel me, I'm telling the line, big back line stuff. But I didn't because, you know, This was my first cruise. This was day one. I was trying to have a good time. I didn't want to get kicked out. I didn't want to go to Carnival jail. It's true. I didn't want to go to Carnival jail. But, you know, if it was so happened, if it would have happened, I would have ate it. I would have been like, okay, whatever. Like, somebody, they got to learn some type of lesson. So, no, I don't regret it. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Okay, bye.